applause, but they're applauding my amazing performance right there. Honestly, we're all dead tired putting this thing together. This is by far our biggest and baddest CitizenCon yet. Two main halls, Hall A, where the presentations are happening, Hall B, where we've transformed it into a virtual pyro playground. I want to start talking about Hall B. So the folks, when they let in, we opened doors at 8 a.m. today. They entered this, what did I call it? A pyro playground? I call it a pyro playground. Can you believe I get paid for doing this? In the pyro playground, people entered what was called the rundown entrance, which was modeled after Rundown Station, which is one of the stations that's coming in the upcoming pyro, which is on its way.
He almost slipped there.
Should I tell him?
Scar, thanks for the gifting 4 subs, dude. I appreciate you. Oh, here it comes. Big drop. Why is it blurry? Oh, he's a troll.
I think I'm going to let the boss do that.
Oh, you're a troll.
Hey, I want to be here for day 2. We've got the return of the Dragonfly from CitizenCon 2948. Oh, lost 10 years. 2948, repainted with a brand new.
Is it blurry to you guys or just me?
That is available in your digital goodies pack or on the store and whatnot. The community booths this year, if you remember from our CitizenCon 2019, they were a big new addition to CitizenCon. They were modeled after Grimheck Station in 2019. This year, they're modeled after Rundown Station. When do we get nice community booths? Like, I mean, they look amazing. Don't get me wrong, but they're shady AF. Although, seeing some of the orgs that are in there, you're right where you deserve to be.
Oh my.
Atlas Defense Industries, you know who you are. I was going to blame the card, but that's not on the card. We have our special guest this year, Atmo Esports, and their Fight and Flight Live. We're going to be cutting to them in just a few minutes with my buddy Dan Halbrecht. They are doing the finals of their yearly Fight or Flight. Oh, that was dangerous for a second. Fight or Flight contest over in Hall B, so you can check that out throughout the 2-day event. Then we've got the Content Creator Corner, where you can go and meet your favorite Star Citizen streamers and content creators, as well as Astropub. We've got...
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
Now that one was on the card.
You know what I am? I'm a
Talk about Salty Mike.
know what to do with one if I
Make sure he gets his check.
You know, I just...
General Lounge. The General Lounge, where you can meet and greet with many of the CIG developers throughout the 2 days. There's a meet and greet schedule available. It's posted somewhere in the other area, so you can go and meet all your favorite developers and John Crew. Yes, I recycled the joke. Don't look at me. He knew it was coming.
Probably
VIP
most of the
Lounge,
day, Scarred.
where you can go and meet your developers.
This is me works till 8 or 8:30, so probably most of the day.
A little more important.
What did I miss? Anything important?
I'm just trying to think who that is. There's a merch store where we have some fantastic swag this year. Hold on, I'm going to show some. Hold on. With this?
That is pure adrenaline on that man right now.
This is brand new. I need more arms. Star Citizen hoodie.
Finally.
It's got a wonderful Star Citizen logo and Banu text. Is it Banu or Shion?
Banu.
Who can tell me?
Banu.
What? What? Honestly, I can't understand what they're saying. It's in another language. Then we've also got this really cool Drake Interplanetary Trucker hat that's available in the merch store.
Fuck
I think it's
yes.
also available online. It's pretty cool.
Oh, hell.
You do have to have a normal size head for it to fit.
Oh, man.
Someday they'll make a hat for me.
God damn it.
And then the coup de grace. You saw it first on a Star Citizen Live back in 2019 when folks who watched said, what an incredible waste of time.
If it's what I think it is, I was one of those people.
The Star Citizen bobblehead.
Hey, Hammer Time.
Is that in focus? He's magnificent. And he comes in a really cool box with Clark Defense Industries. Look good on a shelf. You can do that here. Here, Luke. Or Jake. Here. It was supposed to... And of course,
shit. Happy birthday, Johnny. I forgot it was your birthday. Luckily, your awesome wife reminded me. Happy birthday, Johnny. We love you, buddy.
I am also going to let the boss tell you because, again, I want to be here on day 2. So let's talk about the program.
He's a great guy. I love
2 days of programs, 2 days of programming representing the best stuff that our developers have to offer. Now, it's been 4 years since we've done a CitizenCon, live and in person. So maybe you've joined since the last one, so you don't really know what to expect. I want to prep you for this here. Okay. Everything that you're about to see today, and when I say everything, I mean everything that goes up on that big screen that's behind me or there on your stream, was created by the developers. Not a single marketing artist. Every single one of these developers have worked tirelessly for the last 2 months putting together this content to present to you. They made their slides, they wrote their text, they created their videos, because that's what CitizenCon is.
Wow, I'm impressed.
We got ISC, we got SCL, that's my stuff, I do my thing, But CitizenCon is where we let the developers go on stage and talk directly to you and share their work directly for you. So every time they go on stage, I need a big round of applause, and when they go off the stage, I need a bigger round of applause because I told them they'd get it, and you're gonna
Happy birthday, Johnny.
So
thanks for coming in, buddy.
Give me an example of that round of applause, everybody.
Yeah, $4.99 a minute, buddy.
All right.
Scarred, you said it perfectly. The devs rule, marketing can suck it.
The itinerary for today. At 11 a.m. Pacific, which is
well
roughly
said, sir.
22 minutes, Chris Roberts, founder and CEO, is going to take the stage, and he's going to do a keynote. He's going to talk about Star Citizen, past, present, future. He's going to set some stuff up. I don't want to spoil it, but I saw the notes, and he said he used his fidelity like 3 times, so... Prepare your bingo.
So fidelity is the bespoke of this one. Okay, good to know.
After that is our big
Scarred.
Shaping the Verse, the Future of Star Engine presentation. Now, whatever you think this is, I promise you, you're not prepared for it. This is, I got to think about how I do want to come back tomorrow. I'm going to let that,
I'll have to work on that, Johnny. I'll have to work on a feet finder for you.
But be in your seats, be ready. It's unlike anything we've ever done here at CitizenCon before. At roughly 12:45-ish, when we timed it out yesterday, Fix It and Fly It with Torsten and Guillermo from the EU-PU feature team. They're going to come and show you the current iteration of engineer, resource management, and true multi-crew gameplay. Check that out.
Oh, they got some cool merch in the store now,
Then
peeps.
around 1:50, these times are all approximate, from our rehearsals yesterday. We got a cosplay contest hosted by Galactica, our social media manager. That's going to be right there on the stage. Then we break for a lunch. We have a lunch break. 2 p.m. Pacific, we take 45 minutes. We recharge our batteries.
Cool. The
we fix
bobblehead's
the
45.
broke in the first half, and we'll be back 45 minutes later with the stream. Then at 3 o'clock, it's
I like that launch pad.
Our annual presentation by the members of the ship team, where they're going to introduce some ships you're aware of, some ships you're not aware of, some ships you're not supposed to be aware of, but you are aware of, and then, yeah.
That's the part where you shut up.
Yeah, there's just no way of getting around that. And then finally wrapping up the day is navigating the universe.
Holy crap,
that's with
$58
members of
for the
our
hoodie.
UI team
Ooh.
and
Ouch. Pucker
everybody
up.
that's been talking about it on Twitch and YouTube, trying to figure out what it is. You're right. Be in your seats. It's effing awesome. So, and then of course we wrap up about 5
they'll be
o'clock today.
shits.
I'll go on
Yeah,
stage and I'll tell you all to come back on day 2, and then of course the Hall A for you people, Hall B for people here in attendance, that'll stay open until about 7 p.m. So if you don't get a chance to see all the cool stuff in Hall B because you're glued to your seats in Hall A, you can do that for the next 2 hours after.
We'll see you loose. I've heard.
So with that, I want to throw it to my compatriot.
We've heard scuttlebutt about
over in Hall B,
SQ42. We've heard
Dan
scuttlebutt about
Dan,
Pyro.
Take it away.
Your snap-on hoodie was free.
Welcome everyone to CitizenCon 2953.
Whoa, your mic's too hot, buddy. Drop your mic gain. Drop your mic
I
gain.
heard a bunch of people over there. I heard a bunch of people over there. We're back, baby, after 4 long years. We are finally back in the Los Angeles Convention Center. It has been since 2019 in Manchester since we've been able to see your
RIP
beautiful
years.
faces in person. And we've missed you so much. Now, if you're wondering who I am, that is
Whoa,
a very
hello.
valid
Check out the
question. I'm
blonde.
the community producer here.
What side you going, honey? Left or right?
The community content for many years. I produced subscriber content behind the scenes for
What
many
the hell
years.
is she
Just
wearing?
like that bobblehead that you guys saw. You're welcome. And I
Dan,
also
can you move,
produced,
please?
the Battle of the
Just
Brits
move-
from
just
last year,
move to your
which
right
we
just a
did
little
with
bit.
Eve. So I've been producing content behind the years for a while. If you guys have enjoyed the things I've been producing, let me know on social.
Yeah,
Use
that's a good audio person.
2953. If you guys have hated the things I've done,
That's a real good audio
let me
person.
know on socials. Tweet me at DiscoLando.
Hello, Blondie.
Sorry, Jared, you're just an easy target. Where am I right now? Well, I'm at the community booth
Oh.
section here at Hall B of CitizenCon 2953. As you can see, everything is decorated to look
I know, right?
on pyro. It is fantastic to see what an amazing
Dan,
job
move
they've
right-
done to
oh.
represent their orgs, their booths, their organizations, everything. It's so cool. We're going to be visiting a bunch of them throughout the weekend, so we're only going to focus on a few right now. Come follow me right this way. We're going to focus on one of the
It's
biggest
over.
community orgs in Star Citizen, Test Squadron.
I know,
I believe
right?
These guys are one of the biggest orgs in all of like video games, basically. You guys are like
Cameraman's trying,
orgs
man.
for a single game. Right?
Cameraman's trying.
You guys are like one of the biggest orgs for like a single game.
We're the largest organization for Star Citizen, as well as the Guinness Book World Records for the largest MMO guild.
So they're kind of a big deal, is what we're saying. They're here at the community booth section. They have a bunch of cool swag to give away. They focus on, professional gameplay. They focus on casual gameplay, all sort of career paths and job
Nerds.
opportunities. If you guys are
We need a
interested
sound
in
effect for
checking out
nerds.
what it's like to test out the verse, check out.
You got me
Test
thinking we
Squadron
need a
right
sound
here
effect for
on the
nerds,
community booth
Johnny.
Section. We're going to follow me this way now over to the United Space Confederation. In a world in which the man is out to get you, one org claims to
We'll find
maybe
some.
have
I'll
your
find
back.
some.
That's United Space Confederacy.
If you guys
They
have
are a
something, send it in.
role-play-focused org with an amazing,
Johnny's like a
in-depth,
master of
lore-driven
sound.
background.
Probably
So
already
if you guys
sent
are
me
interested
something.
in joining an org where lore is this kind of driving passion and focus of why you guys would want to be playing Star Citizen, United Space Confederacy is the booth to be checking out. They're going to be doing some giveaways, so if you guys are here on the show floor, come swing by their booth. Ask them about what they're doing. They're going to be doing so much cool stuff.
Oh, there's
ask
a
them
lot
about
of
their
nerds.
org. Ask them about who they are. We're so excited to have them as well.
Ogre, yeah.
As you can see over here, we have JRDF. I actually don't know if you're going to be able to see because there's so many people trying to buy their stuff right now. If you guys haven't heard of JRDF, well, congratulations on...
Oh, those are the
making
modeling
really
company,
used
right? The
Coma
ones that
because they
charge
actually
like
go
$300
with
bucks for a
CitizenCon
character
chocolate
model.
and peanut butter. They have been part of CitizenCon since 2018 with the
I put
Dragonfly
nerd
in
in
Austin.
myinstance.com,
We brought the Dragonfly
and I got a
back. We will
full
show
page
you
of
that
sounds.
a little later, but if you guys have already checked out the digital goodies pack on the Pledge
find
store, well, you might have already gotten a glimpse. So go to robertspaceindustriescom, check out that digital goodies pack, and you'll be able to see what they brought here to
Spaceball.
CitizenCon 2953. But in addition to making large-scale things, and by the way, they also made some amazing stuff for our community booths. In addition to large-scale things, they make miniatures as well. So if you want to bring a little bit of the verse into your home, into your office, come check out JRDF. There was a line literally wrapped around the corner right before we went live. They are insanely busy, but if you come by their booth, they're doing giveaways for free stencils. So if you vote either Drake or I believe... Of course, I didn't write down the other manufacturer. It's Drake and I think Misk. I could be wrong. But one of those two manufacturers, you get a chance to win a free stencil of one of their new miniatures.
T-Pose
So if you guys
CitizenCon.
are here at the show floor, again, come check them out. They're going to be doing some cool stuff today.
They didn't
and
let
they're
him
selling
talk
some
this
cool
time.
stuff as well. Literally, when this goes off the air, probably going to break out my wallet. So that's just how cool they are. We're going to follow me back this way. Excuse me, everybody, making my way through. And sort of on the community booth side, we have the CIG section. We have the Interactables team making a live prop here at CitizenCon 2953. Again, if you guys have checked out the digital goodies pack, in that
Oh, that's
digital
cool.
goodies pack is a trophy. It's a CitizenCon staple. We always include
No,
it
Luz, they
in
did
the
not let
goodies
him.
pack. Well, they're
I
making it
figured
live
you'd be
here
quick on
before.
the sound bites.
Look at how cool that skull is. It's going to be part of the decoration of the trophy. These are members of our Interactables team in Manchester. They're currently making it live, and you can see if you
Perfect,
look over
Johnny,
there to the
thank you.
left, they're taking suggestions from members of the community. So if you guys want to make your mark
I'll add it to the list.
here at CitizenCon 2953, come on over to the Interactables booth.
Thanks for
Start
coming
giving
in,
them a
Scarred.
little
I'll be
more
happy
ideas
to
and,
join you tomorrow.
Maybe make your mark on history.
Thanks for coming in and gifting
Now,
subs. I appreciate you.
I don't
man.
think it can be said enough that we are so excited to have CitizenCon here for the first time in 4 years. I'm an LA native, so to have it here in my own backyard is beyond cool. It's beyond phenomenal. Everyone here who has worked so hard, whether they're at the community
a
booths,
good
whether
party,
you're
Super.
just a regular person showing up, or they're a member of CIG who helped make this possible. We are so grateful that you guys are here. We hope you guys have been enjoying the sort of pyro
I hope
sneak
not,
peek
Johnny.
of the community booth so far. Like
I
said,
really
we're gonna be
hope not.
Checking those out later this weekend.
I think they're just trying to fill it
both
in and keep the
later
hype up
today and tomorrow.
while
We're gonna be
CR
trying to hit all the
decides
booths,
what he's
all
gonna
the
talk
orgs,
about
so you guys
in the
can
end.
see exactly what kind of passion and versatility and creativity drives the members of the verse. That's you guys. You guys are the reason why things like CitizenCon are awesome.
This is the pre-show warm-up.
Here, we're going to quickly talk to a couple more members of Test
We got about
Squadron,
12 minutes.
get a little
This is the time where you go pee and get fresh coffee.
We got Chrome, D Seth, and D Lefty. What's up, guys?
How's it going? It's been really great. This is my first.
Yo, hey man, good to
I've
see
been
you.
loving it so
Thanks for
far,
coming in.
so-
And so this is your first CitizenCon. What were your expectations coming here? Like, did you think that there was
Always,
going to be
man.
like a
Always
pyro
living the
setting?
dream.
What was kind of your bucket list, your wish list of what you hoped would be at CitizenCon?
I was hoping for pyro, but honestly, the way that everything has been set up is above and beyond my expectation. It's amazing to be here, and it's just I expected a little bit, but the way that you guys have set everything up is outstanding.
Awesome. And do you guys have any advice?
I'm sorry, I'm blocking your
for
view of
trying
chat.
to
You won't be able
break
to
into
see
the verse?
chat.
It can be overwhelming sometimes for new players trying to figure out what to do in Star Citizen.
I like that
so
map.
Do you guys, as part of Test Squadron, have any advice for new players
really
who are
like
trying to
that
make
test
their way
map.
into the verse?
Honestly, find a friend.
Awesome.
Find someone to play the system. The guide system that Star Citizen has set up is amazing and really helpful. Or to find an org like Test, you can find us on Discord, and we always have people that
I
are
think
willing to
so,
help
Luce,
you
but I'm not sure.
over voice
Space
chat,
Bub.
over text.
Welcome in, fellow nerd.
Help you figure out the game because it can be a little bit overwhelming, especially
it shout
for
you
new
out?
players. And that's what we're really here for, is really to make enjoying.
Yes.
Awesome.
Good.
Thank you, guys. Well, as I said, they're giving away some cool swag, so if you guys are here at CitizenCon, come check out their booth. We are beginning in 10 minutes for Hall A. So
Are they
if you
just
guys
deleting
are
every message
here
with
at
emotes? Is that
CitizenCon,
what it is?
Start making your way over to Hall A. We're beginning in just a few minutes. We're going to be talking about some more stuff here at the community booth before I kick it back over to Jared. We're going to be going over to United Space Confederation. I said Confederacy before. It's United Space Confederation. Excuse me, guys.
Well, I can understand them delete
So you
messages
guys
that
are
are
a
just
role-play
emotes.
focused org.
I could
What made
I could
you
totally
guys
see that.
Sort of decide to come up
Oh,
with this
hell yeah.
amazing
Look at that
immersive
caterpillar
backstory
picture.
for
That
your
was
guys'
sweet.
org.
Well, I didn't quite catch the question.
What made you guys come up with such an intense lore-driven background for your org?
Oh man, we've been around since the beginning.
Yeah, right,
and
Yoey?
we saw the effort that was going into the creation of
Oh, yeah, there's tons of stuff.
by
Here.
CIG writers,
Anybody really
and
interested
we
in
wanted
watching
to
this guy
appeal
talk?
to that.
Here you go.
Yeah, I mean,
Here's some of the merch.
It's a bold choice to go.
We got a limited
you know what?
edition box.
We are anti everything. that's
AirPods,
currently in
key
the
rings,
game.
the
We're gonna be
bobblehead.
so
I like the
anti-UAE,
desk
It's
mat.
gonna make you sick.
I really like that desk mat.
So, but
Pretty
you guys
truthful
are like
with you.
slowly starting to make your way back
The
into
hat,
like,
if they had a
polite
larger
society.
size,
Now
would
that the
be great.
messers are gone.
They
now
only
we
have the
kinda
one
a
size,
new
though, and nothing
imperator.
gonna fit
So
my
what's
head.
kind of the direction you guys plan on taking
goes
USC?
Well, we like the ideal of creating a little irritation.
Then he's still
and
sold
rubbing
out.
Up against
The rest looks like it's older
the
stuff.
man, if you will. And that's the direction we want to go, is to reestablish
Oh, yeah.
relations with the
The
new
ships will come
government.
out later. Throughout the...
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Like I said, we're going to be
Throughout
checking out the
CitizenCon,
community booths
I keep a watch on the
throughout
standalone
weekend,
ships,
so
and I
be
sort them
sure
by
to come over
price
here. I'm going to
to
throw
the
it back
highest
to
at
Jared
top,
where we can kick
just to
off our
kinda see
first
what's going
panel
on.
of the day. Jared, back to you, and we'll see you back here again at CitizenCon 29.
So I keep a watch on that. You guys will see that come back and forth.
Thanks, Dan. He's somebody's nephew. We still haven't figured out whose. So we are here
Well
in
done.
Hall A with the community. So as Dan said, if you're still hanging around in Hall B, it's very cool, but we are just a few minutes away from the start of the official CitizenCon 2953 festivities. So you want to make your way over here. 3,000 seats, still a few available. One next to my dad. Wave, Dad. You're not my dad. Where's my dad? There you are. I still owe you money. All right. So again, we're just a few short minutes away from CitizenCon
I don't see any new ships
2953.
yet.
Thank you for enduring our sales pitch during the pre-show. I told you, CitizenCon is entirely by the devs for the community, so we wanted to take a few minutes beforehand and do all our happy marketing stuff for you and everything. But we're just about to start, so with that, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. We'll be back later on in the day. Up next is Chris Roberts, then Shaping the Verse, the future of Star Engine. Grab yourself a snack, get a drink. You're not going to want to miss any of this. Stay tuned. We'll see you in a bit, everybody.
trying to get it where I can see the store and the video at the same time without losing any of the video. And look at that. Mission accomplished. Yeah, I don't see any new ships yet, but you know we're going to see them. That's going to happen. M2? M2? What do you mean M2? You mean the Perseus? What do you mean by M2 Moon? I'm sorry. There's that Zeus ship that they're supposed to announce. I must be dumb. Oh, the Mark II. Okay, the Zeus Mark II. Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. It's not in there yet. Yeah, the Zeus. Yeah. If that's too loud, tell me, folks. I'll drop it down. I have the mixer right over here. I'm trying to make it so you can hear the audio content from the stream real strong, but not me so much. I don't recognize the dev in the wheelchair, do you? Well, it may not be a dev, it may just be a participant. Ferrets! Hey, buddy. Get Polaris? Yeah, good luck on that, buddy. I think the Polaris is still a good bit out. Oh no, not my furry porn stash. Stay out of my porn stash, Ferrets.
He is armed and dangerous and is considered to be very fluffy.
Now that I would like, Moon. I would love to get the SRV. The SRV's in my hangar and waiting to go live. You're melting all your shit now? What the hell, bub? Don't you keep space bucks on stash? I said stay out of my furry porn stash. Yeah, I would be surprised to see the Polaris in 2023 at all. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I should be good to go. My, I've got like a... What do I think I say? I got like 180 in... store credit right now? 121. Yeah, I got 121 store credit. We're good. Without melting anything, we are fine. Where is he? Did he have to stop and poop? Raven, hey buddy, thanks for coming in. Oh, looks like we're kicking off. Oh, that's interesting. If you shrink the window size, it assumes you're on mobile. Oh, that's crafty. That is crafty indeed. Oh, hell yeah, go visit. Oh, Raven, you know it will. It did. I remember last year it did. I have not seen Jack yet. Honestly, holy shit, that's loud. Honestly, I would be surprised if they focused on Jack at all. They don't seem very interested in Jack anymore. Which is sad. He's a great streamer, a great content producer. You recently bought the F8 and the A1, so I got to melt those in case there's a $500 ship. Typically there is Space Bub. I don't know how many of these CitizenCons you've been to. Last year they released the 400i, which was right around 240, 260, and then they released the well, not released, allowed you the option of buying the Liberator, and that was right around 500, I want to say. Oh yeah, definitely be a big pan shot. Yeah, so I'm wondering how much they think they're going to get for the Zeus Mark II. Oh, are we actually doing something yet? I don't think so. Not yet. Yeah. What do we got here? Bub, you are welcome to join us here in Discord if you want to hop in, dude. This is by no means a private party. Hop the fuck in. They're out there T-posing. Oh, yeah, nice. Nice. Sounds of propes. Good luck deleting all of those, chat mods. Get you to see the moderator. Damn it! Delete. It's a trap! It's a trap! No, it's a trap! I guess CR really did have to take a poop. Everybody's bored wandering around, I guess. How come they never have these close by? All right, I melted 700 in ships. You're almost ready. You're almost ready, Space Bud. I could melt some paints and probably get up to 130 like that. But all I have to do is wait a couple of days. In 2 days, I get a coupon for 20% off a ship, so it's no big whoop. Performance anxiety? Maybe. Oh, I think we're back rocking. I'll turn the volume back up once he starts talking. I like the UEA Navy shirt. There he is. Our Lord and Savior. I'm about to take all your money.
CitizenCon 2953. It's really, really good to be back in front of all you guys in person after 4 years being shut away, doing it online.
It's so great to see so many of you, old faces, new faces. And you're going to have a great show over this weekend. I think you guys have already been around a little bit. I mean, there's some fun stuff here. There's the alleyway, seedy alleyways, the checkmate station behind you, where I think a lot of our community orgs have set up their camp. So definitely check that out. There's a Dragonfly replica with the pyro paint job on.
Thank you, audio guy.
We have the Atmo Esports first in-person flight or fight tournament, which I think will be really cool. And most importantly, we have 150 computers that you guys can get down and sit and start to play and experience the beginnings of Pyro. And I'd like everyone to know that the people that aren't here in person, we're going to be able to give select access to the Pyro Playground next week. So we'll have more details on that if you go to our website, robertspaceindustrial.com, to find
Specialized
out how that
logins.
works. This year is the most excited I've ever been at a CitizenCon. I think we're going to show some stuff that's going to blow your guys' minds. A lot of stuff we've been working on really hard, actually, for the last few years. Anyway, I can't wait to see what you guys think of it. And there's a lot of
In
stuff
my wallet,
that's
yeah.
been iterated
Well
on by
said, Tizzy
Squadron
Lizzy.
42. You guys will have probably noticed that the tasks have dried up on the task tracker. And you're going to sort of see the results of that over these next 2 days. So hopefully you like it.
Stop teasing. Start giving us content,
A lot of what
buddy.
you're going to see is going to be coming into Star Citizen over the next 12 months. Even a few little things will come into 322 at the end of this year. But definitely next year, a lot of what you'll be seeing will be coming in, and it's going to make a dramatically different experience in Star Citizen. So I'm very, very excited on that. So to our opening presentation, I noticed there was a little concern occasionally in the community that they were afraid by the time Star Citizen finally becomes 1.0 releases, maybe our tech's going to be obsolete. But to paraphrase Mark Twain, or misquote Mark Twain, because I don't think he actually said this, the news of Star Citizen's obsolescence has been greatly exaggerated. We're always going to be evolving and improving, taking advantage of new technology, even long after Star Citizen is out of alpha and we're at 1.0 and below and beyond. So, hang on.
Oh no, dude, you can't just talk from the heart or what?
There you go. Sorry. So we thought this CitizenCon would be a great place to share a lot of the tech we've been working on for the last couple of years. This presentation will be from our core technology group, which is what we formed our graphics and our online tech, audio tech, engine tech under, and they're responsible for building the tech and our engine that runs both Star Citizen and Squadron. And we're going to give you basically a session talking about some of the new stuff that's coming into the engine in the near future. But before I do that, we're going to run a little video here to remind ourselves just everything we have in Star Citizen and our tech does, because I think sometimes people don't realize everything that we can do all together. So let's run that video.
I'm trying not to be mean here. Trying to be fair. I get the impression this video is intended for prospective investors or engine licensees. Too loud. Right, Moonraker? Cut there. If this was real, they'd all be at our core right now, underneath or right there beside that globe. Right? This really reeks of a promo video to license the engine to other people to me. Maybe I'm missing the point. But to me, it just seems like, here, you want to license our shit? Right? Or all the NPCs clumped up and bumping in the walls? Didn't see none of that. I saw it last night, but I didn't see it here. They're not. They're just moving the camera loose. We all know it. They're moving the camera. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Can't do that in game either. What do you mean real-time biome generation? Have you guys seen any of that? Bub, you seen any of that at Ghost Hollow? Because I ain't seen that. Chat's trolling him. Where's our server meshing? Correct, loose. And they are static. They do not move. They do not change. They might as well be stickers. You might as well put a fucking sticker on your monitor, because that's what they are. If they change, we'd have a chance of finding our core at night. Sorry, I'm trying to keep from blowing out earballs here. Now that's cool. I mean, I will admit, the sunlight beams are cool. Wow, guys, come on. Hey, Scard. You're just in time for the licensee perspective demo. Yeah. Yeah, I was just saying, Scarred, this reeks of a video that you would show a game developer that wants to license your shit. You slipped and spent $100 on the pledge store? What the fuck did you buy? Dude, the good shit ain't even dropped yet. You're grounded, mister. Turn over your store credits right now. Oh, yeah. Exactly, Scarred. Exactly. This is less about making a game for us and more about making something he can resell for his retirement. You know, I wanted that Drake work shirt, but not for 75 bucks. Oof. Ouch. All right. Pico Slippers keychain limited box set. Oh yeah, it's sweet looking, but not for 75 bucks. Jesus. Where's our space cows, dude? We're supposed to be running around shooting space cows. You guys remember this shit? Like, what, 2 years ago they were talking about space cows? They're not in the game. This is a fucking demo again. Was it? Guys. I'm going to get banned in chat this year. I can see it already. It's coming soon, trademark. Yeah, there ain't no fucking cows in game. Like, there ain't no crabs in game. Ain't no flying fish in game. Oh, fucking deleted. Fucking call that shit. Knight Rider's going to be exhausted by the time he goes to bed tonight. He's not going to be able to type on his fingers for a week. I said, I've never seen a cow in game. What the hell, guys? But I didn't actually say hell. I said WTH. Well, I mean, they'd have to search for the word cow. Because the rest of it was normal language. This is the same shit he does every year. God damn it, Chris. Come on, man. I'm trying to get excited here, but you're not making it easy. Oh yeah, they will be. Honestly, I think we might get 322 in PTU by end of the year. But I really doubt 322 is going to be live and in a good state. I don't think it'll be in a live, stable state, to be truthful with you. I was really hoping there'd be more to it this year. I really was. I was trying to be helpful. And I realize it's just started and we're like an hour into the damn thing. They can't afford to position anything that weakens the position of their lives. Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. Moving to 322 right now would really hurt them. They need to have a smooth transition. They need to have a good transition. I'm glad I'm not there sleeping in a dark room watching this or escort out for what I'd be shot. Scarred, you and me both, buddy. Well, the thing about it is like the cost of admission, $300. Plus, it's in L.A.? Hello? It's like, no. No, 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 no. That was a no on every facet. I am all for PTU getting a few unstable patches ahead of live, but before it gets live's update, yeah. Yeah, leave the unstable stuff in PTU. Yep, MSR again. Are you going to give us imaginary space whales too? That's true, Johnny. That's true. Guys, god damn it. I'm disappointed. I know how I sound right now, like I'm hating on Star Citizen. I love this fucking project, but I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. He said he said we'd see it in the next 12 months. He literally said we'd see it in the next 12 months. The beginning of the demo said captured with in-game assets. If the whales are in-game, where the fuck are they? Yep, sandworm. Hashtag sandworm. Now it's hashtag space cows / whales. Alright, Knight Rider, have at it. Delete it. Oh, we have jump point footage now. Let me bump the volume up in case there's actually something useful here. Oh, I'm getting banned. It's an eyeball. I saw this 3 years ago, dude. I saw it 3 years ago. Impressed me. God, I'm starting to feel like Salty Mike here. I need to back down. It's not. The top 1% tag again. That top 1% was awarded by Twitch. CIG would definitely not approve. Yeah, your fuzzy ass. Yeah, these are in-game assets, all right. Maybe in-house, but not for us. No cows, no whales, no jump gate, no pyro. It's fucking sandworm all over again. So basically they're copying Starfield here, where you can adjust the amount of pigmentation in your skin. Yeah, soon, TM. Well, you got to remember, the people that are willing to pay $200, $300 to get in tend to weigh heavier on the white knight side. I mean, I'm not saying everybody in there's a white knight, but think about it. Would you spend $300 to go there if you weren't like, oh my God, give me more copium? Drop hammers on this. Nice. I told him to throw something at the camera. You got Chase? Yeah. It would have to be closer to home for me, to the point where I could drive there for 2 hours and get there to see it before I would even consider it. I have a job. I have a family. I need to pay my bills. I ain't got $3,000 to blow on a fucking 2-day nerd fest. I'm sorry, I don't. He lives near LA? Okay. Yeah. That would make a difference. I mean, if you live there and you can drive over, you ain't got to worry about the food so much. You ain't got to worry about the hotel. You know, Johnny, that's a good point. We should try that sometime. How's the Twitter chat handling this? I honestly don't know. Every once in a while, I'll scan chat for the stream. But I don't imagine it's going over very well. Oh, Twitch? It's a big scroll fest. I'm seeing a lot of people who are still chugging down the Chris Roberts penis. A lot of them are like, oh my God! It's so beautiful. Yeah, it is beautiful, but I'm like, where is this shit? I've been playing for 4 fucking years. I've never fought a fire. It's juice. Tinfoil in the microwave. God damn it. You forget to leave your wrapper off the sandwich. It's Chris penis juice. Either are they. They're just running around, right? Very effective. I don't know if I hope that's not too loud on the stream. I'm trying to like be mindful of your earballs. Ghost Hollow origin story. That's a good one. Carmanter 96 or 98. Yeah, I'm still trying to watch out. Old habits die hard.
Some of the chat on Twitch is the haters. Oh, so this is where my money's going for a cinematic. And I was like, boy, they just don't understand.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that statement, dude.
Tech demos show you that they can do it.
No, he stated in the beginning of the demo, it stated made with in-game assets. No fucking space cows, no fucking space whales, and no fucking space buyers. I'm calling bullshit. Throw me in the hater category, don't give a fuck.
I don't care if it's in-game right now.
It said in-game, dude. Rewind it. It said in-game assets. Where the fuck is it? Rewind it. Check for yourself. Fuck. I just unmuted myself in Discord. I know, right? Maybe Moonraker, but I ain't seen no fucking space cows. Oh, dude, I will. I'm sorry. I'm out. My copium is low. I'm out of copium. What I need to do when this goes live is I need to rewind it and take a still image of that and zoom it in real big and be like in-game assets. And then when the space cows come out, make them real big, pause it, be like in-game. There's your video card, right there. That's cool. Visually, that's fucking cool. I've never seen it, but that's cool. We gotta go try this. We gotta go try this. It's in game, dude. In game. Have you? Well, maybe it's only the Gladius. Maybe it's only the Gladius that does it. I mean, you gotta have a Gladius. I don't have a Gladius. Can't do that either. You try with Gladius? Damn it. We can't do that either. Where the fuck is that in game? We can do that in game. We definitely do that in game. Oh, little Pico. Poor little Pico. Yeah, that's definitely in game. So we're about like what, 80% in game right now? I has a nosebleed. No, there was not. I'm losing count. Where are we at on Sandworm? Are we on Sandworm 2.0, Sandworm 3.0, 4.0? Yep, that's marketing. I'm convinced the game is finished and Chris Harris is playing finished version, and they're feeding us small portions of the game at a small time to milk us for money. There you go. You can license this today. Contact Cloud Imperium Games. There we go.
I think that sequence holds the record for the longest spline in the history of computer games. I think we're close to 1 billion kilometers traveled during that whole sequence. So hats off to the engine team and supported by our cinematic artists that put it together. I also need to call out Pedro Camacho's music, which is always beautiful.
Me
and
too,
sets the
Scart.
scene so well.
Me too.
And it's pretty stunning to think that hopefully
I gotta
from this
respond to this
video,
guy.
and we're going to go into some of the new
I can't even
features
pause
later
it.
on in
It's
more
going so
detail.
fast.
You'll see actually better representations of some of the simulation that was happening there. But it's pretty amazing to think that all that happens inside the engine seamlessly without switching, loading screens, or anything else. You can go from down up close to a blade of grass all the way out, looking at a whole planet, to moving to another star system. And that's actually one of the hardest things to do, especially when you do it at the scale we do online with that level of physical simulation, with hundreds of players, thousands of AI running around. It's hats off to our tech guys who are going to be coming up and talking about what they're doing. Now, obviously,
That girl didn't look too
here on
pleased
in the current live build of
in the
Star
hat.
Citizen. Like, for instance, at the very beginning, I don't know if you noticed the conductor with the hair blowing and the tails blowing. That's all simulated in real time, and we'll talk about it on the physics part of the upcoming speech. But I'm going to turn the stage over to the core technology group to talk about some of all this new tech that you just saw and go into more detail. And we'll be rolling into Star Citizen over the next 12 months or so. And some of it, like some of the new cloud stuff, will actually come in 3.22, which is great. But before I do this, I wanted to introduce Benoit Beauchesseau, who, as a lot of you know, Turbulent have been our long-term partners here in Star Citizen since the end of 2012. And they built our web platform and our digital distribution platform. And a few years ago, started to help us on developing the game. We have almost about 100 game developers in Montreal, because Montreal is a great place for game development talent. And this year, we brought Turbulent into the fold of CIG, and they're now fully part of CIG. So this July, they joined us, and Benoit, who is the Chief Technical Officer of Turbulent, has now become the Chief Technical Officer of Cloud Imperium. And along with him and Marc Boudet, who is the CEO of Turbulent, is now our head of global studios. They're strengthening our management.
Zeus win.
CIG.
It's already
really
started.
Happy to have him. And I want to introduce Benoit to come to the stage, since he leads up the tech group, and he can give you a little setup of what we're going to be doing this year and going forward, and some of the new initiatives we're going to go. So Benoit, come up to the stage.
Ouch, ouch. Ow, my earbone, my earbone. He's got a rough job ahead of him. He's got to drag us.
Or did you take your own?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
All right.
Bonjour! Bonjour, CitizenCon. We are so happy to be here. It's been so long to see you guys physically and just being able to interact. It's been fantastic so far. We're super excited about all this. The video you just watched outlined a lot of features in the Star Engine. It's a reminder of what makes this game so special. It's a focus on fidelity. I said it. It's a focus on immersion. And it's a focus on seamlessness, being able to go everywhere, and you're just there. The accomplishments from the tech teams at CIG have been numerous in building.
Later, should have had DE make the game.
Allow you to run the game, and allow you to experience the same things that we see in our dev setups. And so what we're about to see today is a deep dive into all these features. But first, I wanted to touch really quickly on this last year. We have launched persistence, or added persistence. It's been a rocky road this year, and I want to thank you guys
Viewership's
for
going down.
keeping on playing, giving us a hand, giving us
Look at the
good
viewership.
reports. It's been fantastic.
It just went down 100 and something.
Improve the stability of the game, so thank you so much. You guys deserve a hand of applause. Thank you so much. I just want to touch on one bit, which is that all the people you will see in the next couple tech panels are really the best of their crafts in the world. They are infused by a value that we tremendously value at CIG, which is relentless optimism. That this game can be made, that this vision can be achieved. And so, without further ado, but first, I got one more thing to say.
Please announce the server meshing.
The different panels that you'll see, all the updates. Everything that you'll see on screen, whether it's a HUD, an MFD, a ship UI, FPS weapons, everything, all of this is new. So as you watch the clips, you're going to see some differences. That's because this all comes from the freshest implementation that we have. We love open development. We love to show you guys the work in progress. And so that's exactly what we're going to look at today. And so without further ado, I'll leave you with Marco, who will show you all the cool and amazing features of our engine and the challenges that we face. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, we were at 34,300 about 20 minutes ago. We're at 33,950 now.
Thanks, Benoit. Hello, I am Marco Corbetta, VP of Technology, and we're going to talk about Star Engine.
I've never seen this guy before, have you?
We have been developing Star Engine for many years with the goal of creating an online living universe. But creating a universe is not an easy task, and even more difficult to do.
We lost another 100 viewers. They're just falling off like flies.
Invisible walls and massive spaceships flying very fast close to the terrain and objects are pushing the limits of procedural generation and streaming. This is not a single-player game. So creating this universe online is making everything more challenging. We stream and generate physics on server on CPU, and we already support more than 100 players on a single server, more with server meshing. To support all this, the engine must do
Once
a lot
again,
of
we are
work
asking for your support.
every frame. So in a typical Star Engine frame update, we got up to 64 hardware threads, about 200 software ones, over 700,000 streamed in entities, and millions of entities overall in the solar system. About 150,000 updates per frame. We have over 200 vehicles, spaceships, and ground ones, over 2 million physical objects, over 100,000 objects generated per frame when flying over the terrain. We have many unique locations, streaming on demand in a seamless, gigantic space. Also, we are supporting many new features that we are going to showcase today. I'm going to start in introducing the new and improved clouds and fog, worked on by custom vendor in the R&D team. The first new feature is the light shafts. They are volumetric shadows from clouds cast into the atmosphere. They are truly volumetric and 3D, fully integrated. They are not just a post effect, as it is usually done in games. With this, the atmosphere from an overcast sky gets darker, and this is important for planets and locations with bad weather. Another component is the new ground fog. It follows the terrain up to a specified elevation for different locations. It is also fully integrated into the atmosphere. It receives volumetric shadows from clouds and terrain.
The devs are on more hopium than us.
Light scatter into the view ray. And in this video, we are showing all the features combined together.
They're the tech demo, guys.
In addition, we made many improvements to cloud shaping.
Yeah, he's still
to
going.
allow for more variation and details. The shape noise blending, a vertical variation, has been improved a lot.
Just make them change. Just make them change, dude.
Also, we made improvements to shorten long distance read, and the tiling is less visible.
Okay, I think I can
come more quickly. Like you said, the volumetrics and clients, that's client-side stuff.
God, that looks so good, though. Holy shit. Look at that.
It looks great.
Screenshot generator 2024.
That looks a little janky there, though. That looked janky.
And best of all,
yeah, it looks great, Space Bub.
Include all these new features and improvements in the next 3.22
That's what he said.
release.
Frankly, I'll believe it when it happens.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know I sound pessimistic, but this is 4 years of this shit.
Nice. So, Q1 next year?
Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, Scarred, more clouds. Hopefully they change, though, and not just like, look, I'm a cloud. I'm going to stay here permanently.
But we should see
Hi, everyone.
it PTU soon.
So I'm Mike Snowden. I'm
Yeah,
the
we'll see.
Director of Visual Effects.
3.22 should also have some of the stuff from 3.20.1, right?
We'll see, buddy. We'll see.
Thank you very much.
Only 4 years.
Really happy to be here. Really excited to show you. We're going to be showing dynamic fire in Star Engine.
21.
Got another tech demo.
Dynamic fire.
Well, not yet.
So
We have a guy
dynamic
smiling.
fire is a driver for gameplay in both FPS and multi-crew experiences.
Did you guys forget to change the
Creates
feed?
emergent sandbox gameplay
There you go,
that
buddy.
can be used by designers to craft very dangerous scenarios for players.
Is that
And as you can see from the video, it gets...
This is all in game, dude. Come on.
Shed.
Haven't you ever seen that?
Reclaimer reactor. It's one or the other.
Okay, so how do fires start in Star Engine? Well, there needs to be a source of ignition, and there are multiple ways in which it can
It's
occur.
gotta be Reclaimer.
For example, weapon impacts or misfires, explosions or damaged items,
Actually,
and the player needs to be alert to their
because-
surroundings with fire and ever-present threat. If a fire does break out, you're going to see it dynamically propagate through the area, causing damage to environment and player. And at this point, the player needs to limit the damage, of course, by extinguishing the fire in any way that they can.
They were showing it off in ISC
They're going to need to wear protective
a couple of years ago,
to
Luce. You're right.
protect them from extreme heat. They're going to need to wear a closed helmet.
Remember
to
the guy with the
protect
fire
them
extinguisher?
from smoke inhalation, poor
Yeah.
oxygen levels.
Yeah.
And there's actually multiple ways the fire can be extinguished, including the removal of heat, for example, using the fire extinguisher, which is my personal favorite. It's a lot of fun doing that.
Just throw it right in there. It'll be fine.
Oxygen, for example, locking off the area, venting the oxygen, creating a vacuum. Or simply, the fire's burned so fiercely that it's done everything it needed to do. There's nothing left for it to destroy. And if you let it get this bad, it's probably time to consider repairing your ship.
Okay, so how do
No,
we
that's when you
achieve
blow
this
it
from
up
a
and claim
technical
it.
perspective? Well, the first thing the artists and designers do is they mark up their scene to tell us what physical properties each surface is made from, whether it's wood or metal. But not only on the surface, we have to describe what is behind the surface. You might see a metal panel on your spaceship, but has it got cladding or wiring behind it? It's important we know all this so we know how flammable it is. Then after this, we have to define all the physical properties that go with these surfaces. So, for example, what the mass is, the energy density, combustion temperature, fuel ratio. And we use all these physical properties and we sum them up in each voxel, which is a 1 by 1 meter cube. And then once we have these voxels, this forms the basis of our simulation. So then first thing we do is we look for sources of ignition and then we're off. So here's our debug mode that shows us what's going on in the simulation and is what we use to track it. And you can see these squares enlarging to show us where the fire is spreading. For each of these voxels, we're tracking the fire, the temperature, fuel remaining, the amount of smoke. And the fire is propagating via convection and radiation, which are both accurately simulated. And it's consuming the gases and producing the knock-on products as well as it goes. And because we're using a proper simulation, like Mike mentioned, when you vent a room, not only are you removing the oxygen and putting the fire out, but if the temperature remains the same, if oxygen is reintroduced, the fire will reignite and it will continue burning, just like it would in real life. So,
33,000.
So our focus has been on interiors,
33
spaceships, but all interior spaces really, and this voxel grid
Looks
really
like 33.6.
helps us solve that
Wait,
problem.
no, wait.
Our
It's
next focus is
refreshing.
gonna be on planets.
33,550.
Different challenge. The
Lost
vastness
a
of them.
couple hundred
We have
more.
to transfer this
Yeah, that is cool as
and
shit,
simulate it
Space Love. I
slightly
just want it.
differently.
I want to be able to do it.
And we also have to render it at scale. But the way we've done it, the core tech we've used, we should be able to scale this up quite easily. So that's going to be our next
Forest
focus.
fires, huh?
Okay, so how do we create realistic dynamic fire visuals in Star Engine? Well, we start with the simulation, as just described by Ali, and this gives us the data we need to drive the visuals. Then we bring in the burn shader. So this can be applied to static environments, and we have a lightweight version of the shader for entities, which is kind of based on the dirt shader and wear. Then we've got the glow, which is an animated surface decal shader for static environments. This is where we start to bring in some nice motion. And then we bring in the GPU particles, which are spawning from voxels and in screen space. Obviously, these are doing a lot of the work visually. Then we bring in the lights. These are spawned for clusters of voxels as opposed to per voxel as an optimization.
This
A
is
cluster being a
engine. This isn't
representation of
a
voxels
CGI
close to each other.
That's cool. It's close.
And then we bring in the fog. So this is height-laid volumetric fog. The smoke fills the room.
They were showing us fire demos in
fulfilling the
2018, I
rest. We're
think.
simulating
Right,
that.
Luce? 2018 is when they were showing us this? A previous iteration of this?
We're going to take a look at all of that
think
put
it was.
together in the game. Thank you.
I thought it was 2022.
No, I mean, remember the ISC, they were showing us the fire? It was 2018. What? You're not going to save the Pico? Save the Pico.
This is game. When they were showing you the demo, was it like this gameplay? No. There's conceptual, and then this does not look concept. This looks like gameplay.
This does look like gameplay. This is gameplay. God damn.
My man's just losing health over there in the corner.
Yeah, he is. Save the Pico. Pico's fucked.
Yeah, he's
sorry, Pico, you're fucked. Run, Pico. Pico is safe.
Thanks very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Save the Picos. Oh, thanks, Luce. I thought it was 2018 when they started showing us this.
Oh man. So far, I am not disappointed.
Hello, everyone. I'm Will Hain. I'm here to talk about water in Star Engine.
That just points out why you don't want to leave the tinfoil in the
So,
microwave.
water is a huge part of
I'm sorry, dude. I was hungry.
Squadron 42, and we wanted to give it a major upgrade.
Yep.
We were going to set 3 ideas that we wanted to impart.
Or your Picos, Luce. Don't let your Picos
as good
either.
as possible, obviously. We want it to look realistic. We want it to be beautiful. We want it to be in motion constantly. It should always be moving and always be reacting to everything around it, whether that be players or objects or vehicles.
Or a Gladius.
And we wanted this to work on the whole scales of all of Star Citizen, all the way down from footprints in puddles to enormous ships crashing into the ocean. I'm going to talk about our updates to the water rendering first, and then we'll move on to that other stuff I discussed. So first of all, the water shaders, particularly the ocean and the river ones, were in dire need of a major upgrade. They were currently using a technique called deferred shading, which is really fast and fantastic for opaque objects, but does not translate well for transparent ones, which of course water is. So the first step that we made was to transition to forward shading. That allowed us to introduce more physically based techniques, such as proper lighting, reflection, and refraction. It allowed us to integrate the atmosphere properly into our water lighting setup. And it also meant that we could get more fun techniques, such as wave crest backlight scattering, as
Luce, don't tell him
better
that.
foam rendering, which includes
charge them information. Charge them money for that information.
and much more detailed bubbles on the individual bits of foam. I've got some examples of that here. In this particular screenshot, you can see the icebergs in the near frame. You can see we're refracting the iceberg underneath. It's correctly refracted.
That's cool.
In the mid frame, you can see that the iceberg is reflected back onto the water. That is
Actually,
now
it's
accurate.
frontal.
We weren't doing that properly before.
The S is
Here
same.
you can see our accurate water lighting from this really beautiful screenshot of the Gladius over the water. I love this one. So this is the objects under the water being correctly lit, which is new. And then we are applying the lighting changes from the specular highlights on the surface, and also considering the lighting from the suspended particles in the water, depending on how deep and dense the water is, which gives us this really beautiful effect. This screenshot just looks good, but what is going on is that it's demonstrating that the atmosphere and the water are sorting properly. This looks like everything is normal, but it's challenging to implement with forward-rendered water and proper ray march clouds like we have in-game. Props to Alan, who worked on all of this. I did the next bit. And here we can see the wavecraft light scattering.
Cool.
See how the sun is coming across the back of those waves. It's
That looks realistic, I can tell you. I live on the water. That's the way it looks.
Here we have the multi-layered foam, and from a distance we have both surface foam and subsurface foam rendering correctly. Looking really, really nice. I've just got a video here before and after. First of all, this is our lakes on Stanton 4.
Nice.
Next we have water volumes on Horizon. There you go. And this last demo, this is a Clio on the Stanton system. This is what it currently looks like in game, and I think you'll agree, pretty dramatic difference.
Give us that.
Where
right now. Just turn it on.
I want to talk to you that me and the team at Planet Tech and Graphics have been working on is, of course, water surface simulation. This has been an absolute pleasure to work on. So we had a few aims for this. We wanted it to be multi-input. We want physics to influence this. We want our MFX
I'm trying to be
influence
patient,
this.
Scarred.
We
I
want
really
bullets.
am, buddy.
We want everything. We want high concurrency. You
I'm
guys,
struggling,
it's
man.
a sandbox game. You're going to break it. You're going to stick 1,000 picos in our puddles. It's got to work. And it's got to be scalable. It's got to work from the tiny scales to the footprints in the puddles all the way up to, as I said, giant ships crashing into the ocean. So the technique that we chose for this is a form of surface wave propagation. It's GPU-based, it's highly realistic at a low cost, and it can be scaled for waves of different amplitudes. So we can have all of that built right in just by adjusting a few constants. I've got a demonstration here. We're going to have the player walking through the puddle.
I wonder if that's why they were so.
As he steps, you get a bigger ripple, but even as he's stepping, the toe.
Why 319 or 318 was so rough. I wonder if Chris had his devs making videos
as I'm jumping.
for this.
And then this next demo, we're going to fire some bullets. This is a bit loud, this one.
There we go.
We're already ahead of Starfield here.
True.
Right, the one more
But
thing
not
we have to look at.
Cyberpunk.
So it's
And
all well and
Cyberpunk's
good
been out
just
for
working
2
on a
years.
puddle, but
Actually,
Star Citizen is
Cyberpunk's
not made of
water's a lot
puddles.
better
It's
than it
made of
was
oceanic
in Day 1.
planet.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's been out for 2
Everything
years and it's got that.
So we wanted the water near and far, not just in a square around the camera. We wanted lots and lots at once.
Single player.
The solution we picked was a multi-region water sim. Now this was really, really tricky to get right, but I really think we have now. Which basically means that we can dynamically allocate all of the simulation regions depending on what is colliding where and what resolution we need at what parts of the screen. We can optimize this very heavily to make sure that you get what you want to see at the right time. We still need to get that information onto the water though, and that's a bit trickier. So what we devised is yet another set of regions. Now the regions are slightly different. The simulation regions need to happen wherever something is contacting the water, and that needs to happen regardless as to whether you can see it. Because there's a collision going on there, I look away, and then I look back. If it stops going and has to restart, that looks bad. Whereas the water, we only need to know the total result when it's actually in view. So we have these new regions which cover all water in view. And the beauty of this is that we can use this for multi-input and multi-output systems. Anything.
Yeah, but water is water. It doesn't matter whether 2 people are staring at it or 1 person is staring at it. Water is fucking water.
And then anything can be affected by water now. So the water rendering reads from this. But then we can also spawn VFX particles from wave crests. We can add screen
I want both.
effects. We can have a
That's what I'm
line
paying
across
for.
your visor without this yet. But it's accurate
how long it takes
to
water
the
to be
displaced water in front of you.
decent.
We've got this technology now, so we can use it to influence
I
any
think
of
Halo
our work
3
going
was
forward.
praised at the time
And
when it
here's a really
released
good video
for
of some of it in
water physics.
action. Just
Here we
I'll
go.
let that play. This is the debug mode. Essentially, we're moving a sphere of basically infinite mass through the water. And as you see, if we pan out a bit and we make our sphere a bit bigger, we get a much different result from the sim.
There you go.
Spawning the foam properly. It looks really nice. Really happy with this one.
Give us boats already, goddammit.
Right? Where's my jet ski? My Dragonfly, my Star Kitty jet ski. There we
I'm
go.
going to turn on the debug mode. So
There you go. Sell me a Star Kitty
We've
jet
got these
ski.
grey boxes. They light up green when there is a hit inside the box. We've also got different sizes going on. If you look near the shore there's a big cluster of text. That is a whole bunch of other regions because there's some stuff floating there causing little ripples that we can't actually see.
Now
And
they can
as you see,
apply
these
this to
scale
snow. They
properly.
need to
We can
apply
add
this to snow.
the results from multiple sizes of simulation together, and they influence and interact with one another accurately. You see those big waves crashing over the little sim there. It works pretty nicely. I've
That's
gone
cool
ahead
as
of my
fuck.
subtitles, but I'll just let that video play out.
It does look like a big boat.
So,
That's pretty cool.
what does that look like when we bring it all together?
Yeah,
What's it going to look
that's
like
true
in game? Now, you did see a little bit of this in the Star Engine trailer, but actually, I think this video does
Put
a
some
little
big
bit more justice
water-based
to it. So I'm
creatures
just
in
going to let
there.
that play out for you.
Yep.
Watch them coming at your ship like that. Ooh.
Honestly, that's what we need. I mean, we need fauna. If you're done that water, more water comes out until it's empty.
Nice.
Forward in a second, you're going to see the wake start to happen behind us there. And from the cockpit perspective, water droplets on the glass thrown up from the water sim. This is what I'm talking about using multi-output.
Are they going to give us windshield wipers?
But
They haven't figured that tech out yet, buddy.
did you also see we have new ship HUDs too?
Yeah, the Gladius had new
Thank you
headlights.
so much, Sitcon. Handing back
They come
over to
back
Ali.
close.
How many times they crashed there?
I was going to say, I pulled that up just in time.
Hello again.
Probably took like 30 tries.
So,
She's crying.
I'm here to talk to you today about a few other graphical things we've got coming in. I'm really proud of the work we've done on the fire and the water. They both look amazing features. But I'm going to talk to you about a few smaller features and a few longer-term R&D features we're coming in on the visual side.
Who made her
This
cry?
first one, something we wanted for cinematics
Stop
and
making her
telling a
cry.
story, but also to tie into our
You need to buy more ships. She's crying, people. Come on.
tell a little bit more story.
Look at that face.
So this blood, sweat, and tear system is something we implemented recently, and it allows us to use a GPU
Buy more ships, please.
project onto the face, and then we integrate it into the skin shader so we can get realistic
So I can
reflection
stop
and refraction of
crying.
water on your face.
Right.
And we
Chris
even,
says I
make
can't
the
stop
skin go a little
crying
bit redder
till
to
we hit
simulate
1
extra blood
billion.
flow when you're tired or upset.
Oh, he's upset now, too.
So none of this is a pre-canned animation.
He looks like he's ready to
Completely
throw up.
We have complete control over everything. We can keyframe every single tear if we want to. And we can even simulate blood like a...
This guy's not having a good day, dude.
He's
He's like a cast of Scanners, the movie here.
It's like, what happens when you forget
So next thing I want to talk about is our scope shader.
Right.
Design came to me telling me that they really wanted to up the game for our rifle scopes. They weren't quite good enough. They didn't really feel realistic for them. And they thought it was a real core part of the first-person shooter experience. So to give you an idea of what we used to do, we used to use these type of fake scope meshes, which you see here, which is where we type of slice the scope in half so you can see through it. And sometimes we put these big black planes around them to obscure your vision. And we put a bit of glass on the front of it, but there was nothing really to tell you that it was a lens. So we've worked on a new scope shader, which is now going to be on all of our scopes moving forwards.
That's nice.
And I'll give you a quick show of what that looks like in game.
That's very nice.
So on the first scope here, we're going to see it's got an infinite projected red dot scope sight. We've got lens distortions. You can see the sort of refraction and bending of light on it.
As an FPS gamer,
You see it works when you don't have to be actually holding the rifle for it to work.
That's good, CIG.
That's good.
We've got a correct emulation of.
There we go. I'm getting a strong Tarkov vibe here.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then we've also got support for digital displays like this one, which has light amplification and has support for EMPs. If you get an EMP, you're going to have the display's going to get distorted. So we're quite proud of this. I think it's going to give a much better, more realistic simulation of the scopes in the game. And I think I've kind of mentioned before, but it's not a fake effect. It applies to our scopes no matter where they are. You don't have to be using the scope. You could look down somebody else's scope and see the same thing. It's fully integrated.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm really quite proud of that.
No, Scar, they did not show how the scopes clip into helmets.
Now, if you can look backwards with the scope.
Next feature I want to talk about, hopefully.
I'll see a giant eyeball. It's a giant eyeball.
The HDR feature, we're really proud of this. It looks really good. And we've got some great feedback from you guys as well. There's been some...
I really hope the HDR gets better, because right now it's...
So make sure you can tweak the image exactly.
It's not good.
And there's a great user guide on Spectrum as well, if you want to know how to get the best out of it, because it's not always a straightforward technique.
You could link it, that'd be great.
Just to give you an insight of how this works, we've got something called Unified Tone Mapping Curve, and this is the process where we map the real-life colors of real-life intensities of light onto what your monitor can display. And rather than having an SDR mode and HDR mode, we have like a smooth system where we can blend between SDR and HDR depending on the peak brightness of your monitor. We also pay a lot of attention to make sure we preserve the colors and the hues to keep an accurate image for the artist, and especially for skin tones. We don't want them turning red or white or doing anything bizarre. Just one thing to mention, we've got some content adjustments that will be ongoing. We've got a lot of content in Star Citizen. It takes a little bit of time to make sure we balance everything so it doesn't look too dim or look like
a special PTU for Pyro?
Yes.
Next thing I want to mention, temporal upscaling. This has been something that's been asked for a long time, and we're proud to finally get it into your hands. We've got 3 different techniques we're going to be implementing. We've got CIGs, we've got our own temporal super resolution solution called TSR. We've got AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2, and we've got NVIDIA's DLSS 2 as well. They each have different characteristics and hardware requirements and trade-offs, so it's important to get you all 3 so you could have a choice of what you want to look. On the left here, I've just got a zoom in from one of our outposts. That's no anti-aliasing for people that really love to see jagged edges. The center one is our TSA, which is what you've got in the current release today. And on the right-hand side,
okay, thank you.
Without doing upscaling.
Thank you. I was wondering where it was coming from.
This is going to be replaced the TSA solution. And this gives us better quality and more stable image and hopefully much less ghosting. We can use our TSR to do upscaling. Here's the example of how it looks at each resolution.
Yes, I want to stretch my legs now.
And similar results from AMD's FSR. And some numbers here, which I'm sure you can pour over later, but basically we can get about 2 times GPU performance if you're interested in using the upscaling.
So they're giving priority to people who paid to pay at CitizenCon or bought the digital goodies.
It depends on your machine.
No,
we also intend to look at...
Yeah, that's what it says. We'll open access to Pyro on a preview channel. We'll utilize randomized selection process, pulling from digital goodies pack owners, concierge, and the most active testers, followed by our usual wave process.
Some other quick updates. We've got the screen space shadows as Alpha 320.
So to be those few, and then it'll be they'll pull from the wave.
So someone like me don't plan on playing
texture and mesh streaming engine.
Yeah, pretty much, because I ain't sending them no more money till I see Pyro.
Possible detail as we can onto your VRAM on your GPU, and it does something we call load balancing. It will scale.
I will regurgitate the credits I have, but I'm not giving them any fresh cash.
Possible results. We've also got some more streaming improvements coming in the next release. Just to give you a quick show of what the screen space shadows mean, here we've got a planet with no shadows. I think it's Microtech.
That looks good.
The shadow maps, you see the normal shadow maps that fill in half the scene. But then when we get the screen spatiality, look in the top of the screen or in the flowers, they type of fill in the detail for the rest. They really help type of bed the scene in and stop these things looking floating.
Seems more natural that way.
Next up, I just want to talk about planets for a little bit. It's something I get asked about a lot of what's happening next with planets. So we've got quite a lot of R&D in progress. First thing, we've got 2 new pieces of tech being started recently. First is virtual terrain texturing. It's quite a technical detail, but what this means for you is we're hopefully going to get much less popping or no popping at all. And we're going to achieve this by moving all the calculations to the GPU. And we'll be reusing the same type of patch-based system that Will talked about in his water presentation. And it should give you major CPU savings as well. So we're quite looking forward to getting this in. Another benefit is that it's going to give us the ability to add more complicated logic on, so we can type of do more diverse and interesting terrain, like things like, we don't have beaches at the moment. We'll be able to achieve that. And there's other similar things where, based on the local conditions, we're able to do more advanced decision making. Next thing we want to look at, which is probably the thing we asked about the most, is our scattering system, which is what's responsible for putting all the trees and the rocks down in the world. We're going to, again, move this to 100% to the GPU, and that should let us have vastly longer draw distances right up until the horizon, and much better performance. So we'll finally get rid of the dreaded pop of trees coming in for you.
Yeah, I'm tired of the
We also have
log.
to integrate it with our harvestable system, the resource system, and the awesome fire system you just saw a minute ago. Another point is it's going to be a hierarchical-based system, which what that means is we'll be able to use nearby vegetation or rocks to influence what other vegetation and rocks can grow or will show up. And this lets us produce much more complicated rule sets, so we can do things like have a tree that maybe underneath it doesn't have any grass, or maybe certain trees come together in clumps. And we'll get a much more natural distribution of vegetation. And final thing we want for planets is we want to be able to build them much easier, much faster, and we want to make sure they are truly unique.
You're going to have to get 100 systems, dude.
Unique. However, they are built from type of tile sets, like pre-built
Wasn't it
things.
Space Tomato? It said 40 years.
And blended in
At the rate they're currently going, it'll be 40 years to get
repetition.
100 systems.
But it's not truly unique, not in the same way that the Grand Canyon might be, or the River Nile, or Mount Everest. And that's what we want. So to get that, we need to replicate the complicated natural processes on Earth, like geology, climate, erosion, and these things aren't trivial. So we've got 3 options. We've got offline tools, Houdini, Terragen, things like this. We could simulate all these processes in the engine. But we've started some R&D a few months ago on whether we can use machine learning to do some of this. So just to give you a quick idea of how that would work, or how it could work, if you just start with some random input here.
Yeah, that is a big fixed card.
We run it through a temperature simulation.
I'm hoping they talk about the star map.
I
really do. It's been frustrating me greatly lately.
Simulation at different altitudes and latitudes on Earth.
You and me and everyone else.
And then what we do is we categorize all this into different biomes. So based on the temperature and moisture.
Me either. And I used to be able to. I used to be able to navigate that star map very well.
This is crucial. So this is the input for our machine learning algorithm. We could come up with this image any other way. You could hand paint it as an artist, or we could just randomize the noise to get a different set of images. And then what we do is we take the large data sets we already have from Earth, from Mars, and from the Moon, and we train it on exactly the same distribution, so biomes, so forests, grasslands, and things like this. And by training it on exactly the type of data we get in reality, we can take this and then push just that, and then we can get these lovely height maps out of it that tell us a really realistic distribution. You can see here, this is a height map, so the black areas are low. You can see all the little rivers and valleys. And this had 0 art input aside from this image, which is a very nice result. It's early days. This is based on something called a custom diffusion neural network. It's, like I said, it's pre-trained on Earth data, and it's been built up in patches so that it just doesn't become too expensive to build. And the little circular patches get added together, and to avoid any seams in the image. And then just to help you visualize it, I've just put some colorization on it to show you where snow and beaches might be, and just wrapped it around a planet to give you a better sense so it doesn't look quite so abstract. Cool. Yeah, but this is very early days, this stuff, but we're hopeful this will be helping the future of how we build planets quickly and efficiently.
Luna and Martian data. They're talking about developing Soul here.
So the last thing I wanted to talk about today is our...
You guys caught that, right?
And Vulcan.
Luna
This
and
has
Martian.
been ongoing for quite some time, taking a lot longer than we would have liked. but we're finally getting to the end of this long
Incorporating
journey.
Luna and Martian
For those who don't
data.
know, the reason this was being
Yeah, I think
implemented
it's on
is
scans
largely
off
for
of the
performance.
planets that
We're
they're
going to be
using
getting
to
at
base.
least 2 times
try
better
to make
performance
more
on
realistic
our CPU
planets.
submission for rendering, which is often the bottleneck
So
for
they're
the
just
game.
using,
So
like,
that will
solar
directly,
system
hopefully,
Yeah,
translate
yeah,
to
I understand.
performance
To build
improvements.
a model.
Control of memory with advanced GPU features like resizable bar. And it also opens the door for some things like ray tracing and new
Oh
mechanisms.
yeah, this is definitely way the
So we've
fuck
got a
off.
video of a Vulcan running that's live captured. So I can't remember which ship is this, but it's it's all working fine now. There's a couple of hitches and performance, so we can't quite release it yet. But we're looking into them.
Hey, Rush.
The last few performance issues and stability issues, and hopefully we'll be releasing it soon. So, like I said, one of the things we really were interested in by implementing Vulkan was to get support for new hardware features, and one of the big ones was ray tracing.
Yeah,
so with that, I want to hand you over to Ben.
Some of the tech demo is newer, but the overall feels the same.
If they can improve frame rates, if they can get me to 140, I'd love it.
If they can get me to a solid 30, I would be happy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm right there with you, Ferrets. Fuck 140. You give me a 30 that doesn't drop below.
Well, I'm just.
I'd be
You
satisfied.
want to talk about comparing to other games? Once you run an
So,
FPS,
as Ali just said,
the ground
users
FPS
moving
is
over
crap
to the
30
Vulkan
frames per
renderer,
second.
and now that that's fully online, we've got access to hardware
Yeah,
ray tracing.
that's what I'm saying. You got to get
on
it up.
the GPUs that have support
Otherwise,
for it.
FPS players won't come here.
The best thing to do with hardware ray tracing.
But right now, I fly to system like I fly to areas of Orson. My frames drop to 12 at 18.
Now I'm here to give you a
My whole point is those numbers should never go below 30.
First off, I'm just going to simplify some
In that
things.
same spot, it should never go below
what
30.
is global
Not with a fucking 3080, for God's
well,
sake.
you can break the lighting in a game
it's
down
not
to
using the GPU
3
like-
components.
I know, that's my
first off, you've got
point.
direct lighting, that's not global illumination, but that's the sun lights in the level, that kind of thing. Next up, you've got diffuse global illumination. Now that's like a whole hemisphere, like a soft lighting that affects the entire, takes from the entire scene and lights up the pixel. And then finally, you've got glossy GI and reflections. That's like your shiny surface glints, your mirror reflections, that kind of thing.
No
And now all of those combine together to form one glorious penguin. Now,
That last Pico looks a little creepy. Like
It's
he's been
evil.
hanging around in Resident Evil too long.
specifically talking about this guy,
It's
the
evil
first
Pico.
penguin. Glossy GI has actually been disabled in all the videos. Even the old system videos don't show the
Whoa.
glossy GI here, just to aid the comparison. First off, we've got a video from Chris Campbell, who's going to make us look cool.
Now that's beautiful.
Ooh, give me that ray trace, baby. Smother it with butter and shove it on a plate in front of me.
I'm gonna need some new pants here soon, guys.
I'll be rubbing that all over my nipples and then watching it.
What are you talking about? Oh, look at that.
Gimme, 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 gimme. Yeah, stop showing me tech demos and give me the fucking thing.
Here we go, guys. Ah,
That looks awesome.
that bridge though looks
Right scarred, but win.
And now this being client side should be able to be delivered more quickly.
Well, he said coming in 2022, or coming next year. Remember, the next 12 months. That's what he said. Everything you see today is coming in the next 12 months. Ow, that's loud. Ow, 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 my earballs. I has no earballs.
The dynamic range on that is awesome.
I don't even have HDR turned on my monitor. It's off right now.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'm just glad we're not hearing First Light again, because that's like the fourth time we've heard it today.
God damn it, we're gonna hear it again.
We probably will.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Viewership's up. It went up another 200
So
users.
next up, the boring or the interesting bit. How are we doing it? How does the tech work? I'm just going to dig into that just a little bit. So we're closely based on AMD's recent paper, GI 1.0. We're probably going to build on top of that, but at the moment we're quite close to it. We ray trace against a simplified world so that we get like smoother lighting for the, since it's a diffuse scene, we want a sort of diffuse smooth signal. This also means that we get more rays per millisecond, which is always good. And we do generate a lot of probes. So the new system is generating, well, for comparison, the old probe was about 1 probe per room. And the new system is about 25,000 probes that are all on screen at the same time.
Wow.
And we're going to see that now.
Yeah.
So here's a scene that I've dramatized a little bit just to give trouble to the old lighting system.
Yeah, it sounds scary, right? 25,000 probes.
So it's a simplified.
That's a lot of upset rednecks.
Kind of thing. But then we've also got this kind of a 3D dictionary of average light values, so that the light is kind of shared over things in a similar area.
I'm speechless right now, guys.
So going back to the scene,
I'm fuzzy on the understanding of this. I just know what looks pretty. I'll be truthful with you.
Blur it,
Same.
and then
I
slap
have
it
no
onto the
idea what
entire
this
It's like, that looks prettier than the other thingy.
Like, the middle of the scene is about the right lighting.
Yeah.
But
Well, the probe part's a little scary.
all of the scenes
Yeah, the little probing
I
part's a little
understand what
scary.
you're saying. This is not trivial.
basically drowned
This
out
is
by
really cool.
Okay.
the table
All right.
bounce that somehow made it across the
See,
room to them.
I'm geeking out at the technology.
So we want to replace
I
the
know.
system
I know,
with
you're-
25,000 probes. Each
Probably
one
you
of
change
them
your
only
underwear.
providing light to a small area around themselves.
Not that geeking out.
Trust me, I'm
And then we
geeking out like
interpolate
I mean-
that to provide like a smooth bounce.
Speaking solely for myself,
Like the red light.
after 4 years of tech demos, I see cool stuff like, yeah, that looks great. And my immediate thought is, when will I actually get to run around in this?
And there is the final composite.
When do I actually get to run around and see that on my monitor?
That's not bad.
No.
So, what else does it do? Well, because it's real-time generation, it means we can do a real-time bounce, and we can do that with quite small areas. You can get like a really vibrant bounce that picks up off small objects in the scene. Ooh.
Oh, is it loose?
And that means that the art team can really lean into like strong local variation on color.
No, I was reading Luce's comment.
As again, we will see.
Luce, you have to
We'll do a
explain it to me
side-by-side
sometime,
comparison
buddy.
on this one. As you can already see, like the spotlight's really like
the
throwing
color.
Oh, I see what you mean. The refraction of the...
We
objects
did
are
have
impacting
live
the
updating.
color.
Yeah, I got it
As
now.
you can see in the old system, but
This is not
it was
bad,
designed for
not
like
bad
time of
at
day
all.
changes rather than this continuous smooth view.
But again, when?
And finally, it means that we can do things like glowing surfaces can just illuminate the world without having to add special lights to fake it.
That's sexy.
Oh, you like that Claudius HUD, do you? Got plenty where that came from. The light fills the room and scatters.
There's two
Okay,
really
gotcha.
common cases in Star Citizen particularly that this is going to help with. First off, cockpit brightness.
Oh, cockpit.
We capture at the moment the...
Well, you're going to get the refraction inside. Yeah, and the reflection.
At the moment, we capture
should
that
see more of that
cockpit
dash
probe
based on the ambient light.
in a setup scene, and then we don't update it as you're flying around. So you're not going to get the sky color in, and you're not going to get the ground color in. And then we've got the opposite problem that I don't have a picture for this, but cargo bays, sometimes they're light, you land somewhere dark, you open up the doors, and now you've just got this weird little light room with nothing spilling out of it. So again, let's have a video.
Okay. That's a great way of explaining it,
The
Luce.
phone's working, but you can see there's
That's
no
what we
sky, there's no
currently
ground
have,
lighting.
right?
By the way,
Yep,
I've turned off a lot of
it's
the
not
cockpit lights
updating.
so that you can see this.
Nope.
And then in the new one, you can already
There we
see the
go.
skylight is kind of helping
Now you're
a
going to
little.
see the color temp
But then as you
change.
turn over, you get all the
Nice.
ground
You can actually
lighting.
see it.
Yeah, there you go.
That's sexy.
That's good lighting.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes. CIG master
See, one of the concerns we
lighting
had
though?
was that we didn't want to create a two-tier system.
The more lighting hit, the brighter it becomes.
If people
It
have got
sets off its
hardware ray
intensity
tracing
decrease on
and
each bounce
it's working for them, that's
Makes
great.
sense, like sound waves, just
But
like sound waves.
You can't really have the art team optimizing what's seen for one type of lighting and then having to optimize it for another type of lighting and having to trade off decisions about the two of them. So what we've been experimenting with is trying to create a new low bar that's higher than the old low bar, as well as creating a new high bar.
Oh.
And the
they're
idea for
basically
this
saying
is basically to take that
a
single room
pyro's basically
environment
going
probe
on
system that we have
PTU
been
at the end
using,
of October.
update it so that we can
A
combine the
limited
lighting on that,
type of pyro,
and
if
then
you're cool enough to
slot
get
that
in.
where the ray
Oh.
tracing would be, while still keeping
I'm
all
not
of the other stuff,
still
like
not
the
cool enough, so-
I'm not a
25,000
cool kid
probes and
anymore.
all that kind of stuff. Can look
I'll be
at the
ending
old
my
system
sub here in
and
about
kind of
2 days,
Frankenstein
3
it
days.
together. So I'll show you what we've got so far for this. So this is just the old one and the new one so that you can see the problems. Like, just it's overly lit, let's be honest.
They also need to be showing the frame rates
And
here.
now this is what Star System would have looked
improvements.
like if we released it on the PS1. The sharp-eyed among you may have noticed also the ship is missing, but you know, we can't do dynamic objects in this.
Correct.
You'd be surprised. It doesn't seem to mind.
Nope. October 31st, it'll be in a special
And then we
PTU. I
have
dropped a link there in the
GI
chat.
middle,
Scarred.
which is, yeah, like I say, it was using the same 25,000 probe system.
It's in the SC News
but not
thread
having to use any
on the
hardware ray
Discord.
tracing. As you can see, it's not a perfect match. It's not identical, but it's a lot more dynamic than the old system.
Yeah, definitely.
And finally,
Pico is glowing.
Pico
He is holy again.
He has come to
and finally,
save
I'm just going to show you a to-do
He's-
list here. I don't
he's
have
coming
a
for you,
list because
Chris.
it's
Look out.
Stuff we've not done.
He's a coming for that
Glossy
money.
reflections, obviously.
Yeah,
we wanna
right.
Complete the picture, and
Pico
for that,
wants
we
to
Coming
Coming
for
for
those
that money.
concierge dollars, Chris. You better watch out.
No.
that's
Never concierge
self-explanatory, really. I
dollars.
don't know what to say about that.
Concierge dollars.
Secondly, you've only seen it on opaque surfaces so far. The next step is to extend this so that it can support glass and water and all the other transparent things in the game. And beyond that, we've obviously got fog, we've got other atmospherics. We want to expand GI to make sure that it affects everything smoothly and equally. And the final thing is a Star Citizen thing. We've got giant scenes, we've got a ridiculous scale on some things, and we've got plans to make sure that this GI extends to handle that full scale. Anyway, that's all I've got to tell you now. I've been Ben Parry. Next up,
Thank you,
we've
Ben
got
Parry.
Star Clock with Chris Rain.
Star Talk?
I thought that's what he said. So far, everything's been about visuals.
So they're gonna cough?
Cloth. They're gonna cloth.
Hello,
They're gonna
everyone.
get cloth like fabric.
Oh, cloth.
Hi,
Like our bed sheets we're still waiting for.
I am Chris Rain, and I would like to show
5 years
you
in waiting?
not
Yeah,
one,
physics.
Absolutely.
not two, but 3 new physics of our physics engine. And I would like to start off by introducing Star Cloth, our new character cloth simulation with a short video.
Yay.
So this is
I
just
never get
regular
sneakers
play
when I'm
movement.
wearing
That was actually
my...
me playing.
How the fuck does he rate? Gym socks and sneakers? I gotta run around my hobbit feet flapping around on the concrete.
Yeah, that cloth's definitely better.
He's definitely a 25,000
that do not
contributor.
penetrate.
Well, Pagan, it's because you're no longer the
Cloth
cool
gets
kid,
influenced
and
from
you're threatening
wind
to take away your sub, so they're
and
not
has
going to
accurate
get you
collisions with
shoes
the
or socks now.
Player's body.
Right, I'll be lucky to get a goddamn robe. You stop donating? No clothes for you, mister. Guard, I don't know why. I really don't know why.
When?
I mean, we don't have a decent commodity trading system now, but we got fucking clothes that'll wrinkle.
Dynamic objects.
So does this mean when my character the farts, you can actually see it happen now?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Showing off his ball.
He's playing with his balls on live TV.
God, stop playing with your ball, man.
Dude, I'm just kind of curious as to how far up he's going to go with that thing.
It's going up there.
Hey. Not everybody has an MA rating on their stream there, buddy. You need to watch that shit.
Full range of motion.
Right, Bub? It does look good. I'm just wondering when we're going to see it.
Well, and if they applied
poses.
all the outfits, uniforms, curtains,
He
everything.
has. Oh, I think I saw some underwear. Oh.
Oh, butt cheek tech.
Look at
Star cheek.
Star cheek.
Welcome to Star Cheek.
You missed an opportunity there, Chris. Star cheek tech coming out in 2024. CitizenCon 2954.
Starcloth is designed to be a first-class
That's really impressive.
member of our physics engine. It interacts with every.
Yeah, but I'm just like, why are we doing that when we don't have fucking decent cargo training
like
system?
wind, thrust,
Why aren't we worrying about what the bed sheets look like right now? We don't even have that.
impacts and collisions.
God,
It's
priorities,
efficient.
motherfucker. Come
It
on.
always updates at 120
I'm actually,
FPS,
wondering when are we
regardless of
going
the
to
frame
actually
rate,
start getting
and is
shoes?
hand optimized. It's
Yeah.
immersive and believable. It's a realistic simulation based on physical properties. It's high fidelity, high quality. We want to raise the bar with this.
And if they got 1,000 developers, that's a
The
lot
visual
of people.
geometry you see on the right
Mhm.
is complex and not suitable for simulation. The visual
I just
geometry
want
is
to know
made
who's
with
working on
visual
fucking
quality in
Star
mind,
Cheeks.
and that does not.
They need to get to
translate
working on
well
Star
to
Cheeks.
simulation.
I
So we
know,
decided to
right?
add
Star Cheeks 2954.
Well, they need body
meshes
physics
that are
for the
made
female
to simulate
characters.
well
and let their
Star Chicks
movement
for,
then deform.
They did mocap of Gillian
This
Anderson,
allows
remember?
us to share the same sim setup across multiple.
And they did mocap of the girl who did the voices for Dooley.
But Jillian doesn't have a lot of physics
seamlessly blend
involved.
the simulation on.
She used to.
So disable the simulation.
What's the girl? Anna?
Kinda
Is it Anna? Anna that did the voices for Dooley?
There's the ball.
Bikinis and yeah, buddy.
Everything that
He's not looking happy about that ball placement.
able to interact with
December 2023. Bikinis. Bring it loose.
and even footballs. We ensured that the collisions are accurate and believable.
Though the viewership's gone up, people like seeing the hospital gowns.
People
Like getting to the 150 viewers.
It's no longer blue ball, it's football.
Which means it
Right.
will create folds and wrinkles, but not interpenetrate itself or other layers of cloth.
Dude, if they bring bikinis in, I will start playing a female character again.
Yeah.
The cloth will drape itself
After
around
what
the
Ferrets did
environment.
last night with that NPC.
So brushing
Woo,
up against
bikini dancing.
objects
That's right.
will result
$20 for a lap dance guard. Remember that.
We added tapered capsules to improve collision
does that look
detection
so wrong?
accuracy. A tapered capsule is
Yeah.
has two different radii.
I think whoever come up with this slideshow needs to date more.
Human anatomy is complex, and we need to accurately represent it for collisions. The traditional
complex
capsules we
human
use on our dolls lead to jumps in the collision surface.
Only available in the pledge store.
Notice how there is a jump between the elbow and the lower arm,
Right, Luz?
and another jump where the forearm connects to the hands. These jumps pose significant problems for our cloth simulation. If you look at the upper torso, you can see the collision proxies are actually completely hiding the cloth, and they're essentially completely useless. So now notice the difference on the same body represented with tapered capsules. We can now faithfully represent the hips, legs, and arms of the character. An additional benefit of tapered capsules is that the collision detection is significantly faster than with regular capsules. Currently, we're only using them for cloth collision detection, but in the end, we'd like to use them for everything. We simulate the cloth always at 120 FPS or 120 Hertz, regardless at which update rate the game is running at.
What are you doing in there?
We do this to be faithfully able to detect collisions with a fast-moving character. As we're simulating at a higher rate than the game updates, we have to interpolate the joint positions between updates we get from the game. At each simulation step, we perform collision detection, simulation, and update the cloth sim cage. Now, if the game is running at 120 FPS, we do one update for the cloth simulation. If the game updates at 60 FPS, like in the
Agreed, Scarred.
we simulate the cloth twice.
You can only run around Star Citizen with pretty clothes and pretty scenes for so long before you get bored with it.
We need to update the cloth 4 times. You can see this in the image. It becomes apparent that we need to make the cloth run as fast as possible, and we spent a great deal of amount of time optimizing this with various techniques, including handwritten vectorization and using every trick in the optimization
Is that
handbook.
secret to the panel
The effort
today
pays
or
off
tomorrow?
because we can faithfully capture very complex movement and fast-moving characters,
The secret to the
even at
panel
low
that they
frame
said
rates
that was
without any
a
clipping or
typo?
tunneling.
I don't know.
Well, I think it's...
Thanks for coming in, Scarred. You have a great day. Enjoy the party, and I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. It looks
I
beautiful
think
when you
it's-
take it. Makes me lose faith in Zelda progress working on prioritization and
poses
optimization tools.
a
Yes, Luce, that is exactly my
for
point.
character
You
cloth is when
put it in
multiple
words
pieces of
beautifully.
garments
That
layer on top
right
of
there.
each other.
Copy and paste what he
Like a
said into my
tight-fitting
brain. That's it.
jacket that lies on top of the
Well said,
pants, as you can see in the image above.
Pagan? How about
This is a very difficult
do the
region to
no-cache
simulate
to
properly
the pyro
because you don't have
again
much space and the
until they
simulation
give us a
collisions have to be
capital ship?
absolutely accurate.
Hey, Crumpet.
What I'm going to show
heck are you?
is a very
You missed the
subtle
star
effect,
cheeks.
but once you notice
man.
it,
You missed star
cannot
cheeks.
stop noticing it. I want to focus your
Crumpet, I'm
attention
so
to the
pleased to
waist
see you.
region of the character.
Thanks for coming
Here
in,
we
hon. I
tweak
appreciate it.
The simulation settings in real time.
She's like,
to see
"What?"
the effect.
They were doing the whole soccer ball thing, and the guy was bending over, and you were seeing the cloth like drape over his ass cheeks beautifully. It was like
with a high fidelity cloth
Star Cheeks.
disabled.
Good to see you, hon.
Ooh.
And
I love that guy as an actor. He does great work.
Enabled.
Look at that. And he's on a bridge of
Polaris or Idris?
No, not a well. Trying to see.
Lou says this is SQ42.
To be
It's either a Javelin or
tomorrow.
Not the Idris. Well, it could have been the
much
Idris.
more
yes.
can be
Idris?
seen about
Okay.
Starcloth
Could have been the
in
Idris.
the character advancement panel.
What if
Be
it was the
sure
Dingle?
not to miss out.
Oh boy, we're gonna have dangle physics now too. Oh lord.
So
Ooh,
next
that can
up,
be applied to all
star
kinds of
hair.
things.
I don't think he'll do that right now. I don't think he'll do that.
Currently, we have the ability
He needs it to look better for
simulate
prospective
moving
investors.
hair with joints that are essentially simulated.
Dangle physics, right?
The hair is
Hey,
skinned
guys,
to these joints, and when
Captain
these joints
Burks
move due
is,
to the
testing
pendulum
out
simulation,
the pyro
the
right
hair
now.
moves with it. This leads to a fast,
How is he testing out
movement
pyro?
of hair. However, the
knows?
quality is directly correlated to the quality of the
Guess
skinning,
he's one of
which is tedious for tech
bigger
art
boys.
to achieve for some complex
Yeah, they are loose.
hairstyles. Further, apart from gravity, the pendulum joints do not react to external forces like collisions or wind or explosions.
Is Burke streaming that right
we
now,
asked ourselves,
Veritas?
Can
Yes,
we
he is live
somehow
streaming it right
improve
now.
upon this? And I'd like to show you some early prototype results of our research. Of the
I'm not
raw
worried about star
geometry you
hair.
saw
I'm
in the
worried about
previous
pyro.
image. You can see many strands of hair, and
I'm
we
looking for
thought to
Burks.
ourselves, maybe we can simulate all of these
I
strands.
can give you a direct link.
I, for one, especially
This
for,
is a single
for the single player, I
strand
want to see good
isolated
hair.
from the rest.
I will say.
As these are simple triangle meshes,
Bad
we
hair
initially
breaks
thought
immersion. It does.
we
Here you
could
go,
simply
Pagan.
use our cloth simulation and simulate
Did
such
you-
a
oh,
strand
you DM'd it?
like a
Thank
sheet
you.
of cloth. That didn't work
Like
out at all. It turns
Cyberpunk
out
is
hair
great
does
hair,
not
except for when you
behave
get on a
like
motorcycle,
clothing.
the hair is like the girl's hair doesn't move. It's perfect.
You
Also,
know,
a sheer number of strands
just-
and their individual triangles and
that could
vertices are
just be
simply
that
too much to simulate
they're on
efficiently,
their
even
server, but that's
for our
running
highly
pretty smooth.
optimized cloth engines. We realized then
Well,
that our artists are
yeah,
actually
but
using
like if
splines
he's playing on
to
the
create
same
these
server
strands.
with
And a
150
spline
other
is a
people, that thing's running smooth as hell.
curve or line through space. You could see that in yellow.
Yep, that
and we
is
thought
funny.
maybe we
Also,
can
if
just
he's at the
simulate
show,
these.
that
They're
server
much
may be
simpler.
local. To the
Oh, it's definitely local.
And hair
So they're not
simulations
dealing with
need
internet
to be
latencies
able
or anything
to
like that.
maintain
Here's what
the
they're talking
original
about, folks.
hairstyle. You cannot have the
Burks
hair
is playing.
simulation
Apparently, Burks is
change
playing
the
on
visual appearance of a character.
a demo.
One of the reasons why using the
Station
cloth simulation
at-
for hair did not work out as
We're going
at
to cover
all
the text. Fuck the
is
text.
that the cloth only simulates vertices.
Yeah, apparently Burks
and
is
they have
playing
no
a pyro
concept of
demonstration there.
Orientation.
CitizenCon. So
do not
I would
know
recommend
how
you
the
check it
next
out.
Segment
What the
has
fuck?
bent in relation
got
to your
shot.
current segment.
No, it went to
In other
Dropbox
words,
for
you
some stupid ass
cannot
reason.
Easily simulate twists.
There you go.
with
This is Burks' channel.
vertices alone.
Probably have more fun
For
watching him
splines,
play than this
however,
right now.
That is very easy to do. So
I would not fault you at all for going over there and
allows
watching
us
his
to
shit.
simulate the strands according to the theory of Kosarat rods.
I'm watching both.
A Kosarat rod allows you to model the behavior of slender one-dimensional rods, exactly what
Oh,
our
there's your
splines
first
are,
bug.
and simulate bend, twist, stretch, and shear, exactly what we need. Hair also needs exact collision detection
They don't have the
to not
new,
intersect with the
uh,
head,
the-
the
like, game
ears, the
down
cheeks, the jaw
things on their
region.
scopes yet.
So
Mm-hmm.
think hair goes
The
beyond
video
human hair.
I'm about
Animals,
to show you
creatures.
I understand.
is some
Yeah,
very early
fabric
prototype
tassels.
footage of how such a simulation actually looks like.
I've been running around the verse for 4 years looking at pretty shit. I want to run around the verse and play different game loops. That's where I am. And I know how
So
cynical
this
that
is a test
sounds,
of
but I'm
various head
I'm tired of it.
movements to see how the hair reacts.
Well, the
Hair simulation is one of the
focus of this
hardest
talk
things
here
to,
is that's pretty
to
simple.
simulate,
We're an hour and a
especially
half
in a
into the
real-time
day.
context.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll
there's
see.
2 days
And very
of
tricky
talks.
to get right.
True.
We're actually simulating all the hair strands.
Our server FPS.
So
that's good.
We will have characters being able to run their hands through their hair
There's
and
no
have the
game
hair
that does
react
this right here.
realistically.
What ship is that? Is that the
The
Inferno?
Barbara simulation next?
Or yep, that's the Inferno.
Actually, being a bold man,
There's not a
this
game
was
out there that does this. There's
a
not.
very touching moment for me when I made
Yeah,
this video.
there's no game that does this. It's awesome.
Bad hair physics, but it's
Thank
still
you.
clipping.
Thank you.
CIG, such as a scam.
Oh my gosh, no.
Oh, nicely said. Can we just have server stability? Who said that? Encumbered Panda.
Next, I would like to introduce Maelstrom, our physically based destruction
Not selling
system.
it for the new folks around. Give us a reason to have some hope.
I would like to do that with a video that I believe speaks for itself.
Maelstrom? Ooh.
Ah, deformable terrain.
Destructible environments.
Now, how will that persist? Will it have regenerate on a cycle? Or are we going to end up with a big trashed universe once everybody destroys it?
It might
Good question.
regenerate.
That's a good question. But that would break the immersion if you're sitting there and all of a sudden everything just goes and rewinds.
Well, maybe it might regenerate when the
See the water
server
splashes?
restarts.
I see this. Definitely Squadron 42. This is going to, kind of stuff you want to see.
Good question. Destructible instances maybe will regenerate or create a new instance. Yeah, kind of like Elite Dangerous does it.
We want
Luce.
players' intuitive prediction
says
of
that
the effect
this
a
is,
weapon or a
PES and replication
collision
ready.
has to actually happen in the end.
That's what it said on the paper. Well,
We
green.
decided to move away from hit point
Screenshot that, Pagan.
pools or
Screenshot
other
that.
abstract.
Oh, it's all being recorded, dude. We got fun to this shit.
damage, but
We're gonna do a slow little focus on the guy's ass cheeks.
Physical material
Little thing says Star Cheeks 2954.
When you can you give,
If
give me
something
a...
breaks off due to its structural integrity,
Yeah, I'm gonna make a short out of that shit.
below
When
a
you
certain
can you give me a
Maelstrom allows it to break off in a realistic
picture of
fashion.
Star Cheeks?
If you shoot off,
I can't do it in 4K, but I can do it in 3440.
on that wing should
that's
still
fine.
remain.
Is that close enough for you? Will that do? Okay.
If the
That's
broken off
16
part
times
still
the
has power,
detail.
And we should also do the one where the girl's hair like turns.
This
like,
means
Star
Maelstrom
Cheeks.
was needed to be
Fish.
designed to work with a
2954.
hierarchical setup to begin with. From the hierarchical representation of
something
the
else, Pagan.
geometry we want to break off to the same hierarchy.
The troll is
higher
strong.
level for items like power plants, lights, weapon systems, and so on.
I'm in a quandary. I need
Is
coffee.
Persistence. And
I don't think I'm gonna miss
networking
much.
rate
I'll be right back. I
we
need coffee.
designed it from the ground up to work with high latency situations, to persist and replicate easily.
So far, I am surprised by this. Oh, Bertrand got killed.
To achieve all this, we gave each physical geometry instance an identifier to be able to uniquely identify it within the universe. So your Gladius wing is your Gladius wing. We added physical material and damage properties that can now be replicated across the network. One of them, and that's the most important one, we call integrity. And this determines how much structural or internal integrity a physical geometry has. Integrity is modified from dissipating, or rather absorbing, energy from kinetic impacts or energy weapons, and also in the future from absorbing energy from external factors like extreme temperature or fire, as you've seen before. We also track which physical part or geometry
Ooh, they're talking about
belongs to which
ship
visual
damage now.
geometry and which high-level entity. So if the structural or
Pagan is missing
internal
out.
integrity collapses, We know which visual geometry is affected and which item might be affected as well. So a power plant will cease to emit power or implode, explode. A weapon will cease to fire, and so on.
Nice.
To
Oh,
make
look at
things
that
break
damage.
apart, we create what we call breakable clusters. A breakable cluster is a set of physical geometry, the visual geometry, and the entities on top that can break off. Between breakable clusters, we create abstract cantilever beams to be able to model stress and strain. I'll go into more detail in that in a bit. Breakable clusters are hierarchical. They mirror the hierarchy of all attached entities involved. They also embed the hierarchy of all animated joints. And they also embed the hierarchy of all physical geometries. They essentially represent a ground truth of the entire hierarchy necessary to perform all our goals for Maelstrom. This image is showing a breakable cluster graph of the gladius. I'd like to show one more video of Maelstrom before we continue.
So it's like, that's what I'm trying to say. This is not trivial what they're doing. Not at all.
Ooh. Ooh. Give us something good. Whoa. Whoa. That was a...
Oh my god, are we finally going to be able to kill light posts?
What?
Did you
Are we going to finally be able to kill the light posts?
Ship explode?
That ship just
We
got
needed to find a
disintegrated.
good way to
it
easily
wasn't
and
just
efficiently
two big
determine
pieces,
when a
it was
breakable
like-
cluster breaks. We
There was
chose a
100 pieces.
well-established model from material sciences and structural engineering, cantilever beams. In essence,
I know,
a
right, Crumpet?
a cantilever
I will
is a
take great
structural
delight in
member that
murdering
has
the
a
light
fixed
post when I can do
support and a
that.
free
Believe
end.
me.
Forces experienced on the free end can be used to calculate the amount of stress the fixed support is enduring. The basic ideas behind that are best explained from a very simple example. If a
crane
ship
gameplay,
were to
one.
collide with the horizontal part of the crane in the image, far from the vertical
Yeah,
part,
you and me both, hon.
the
You and me
fixed
both.
support would
They've
endure
been murdering me
higher
since
stress
2019.
as if the ship were to collide closer to the vertical part. But not only does the point of impact determine how much stress the cantilever beam experiences, also how large the surface area is connecting the cantilever and the fixed support has a large influence on when a cantilever beam will break. In our case, this actually means we analyze the cross-section of the intersection of the set of geometry from two breakable clusters to calculate the surface area. A wing attached to the body has a rather large connecting surface area compared to the surface area calculated for the stabilizers connected to the body. We then project forces from impacts and explosions onto these cantilever beams and calculate the stress the beams experience. Over time, this stress turns into strain, and if we reach a certain threshold, the beam snaps. The result, simple,
Old school bridge
efficient,
builder.
and deterministic breakability. But this is not just about ships and buildings that you saw in the videos before. We want Maelstrom to be a systemic system that we can use on all types of entities. So here's some video of some test footage of AI shooting each other.
If they can use that for
cover and Maelstrom.
hole munching, that'd be great.
Ooh, new armor. Sexy. Destructible walls.
Nice.
Yeah, because as long as they can describe the object, it can react in the framework. Blood splatter.
Nice.
That'd be great about those railings in the bunkers when you can't shoot the guy because there's a railing like 1 inch tall blocking all the rounds you send his way. Bye-bye railing.
Right.
Boom, boom, boom. 3 shots. Now the railing's gone.
influence damage and braking.
If they make
and
it so
have
that
a
if you
direct
stand under an
influence
engine
to
and
how
it kills
things
you during
break
liftoff,
and
that would be
fracture.
awesome.
To achieve
Yeah,
this,
agreed.
we added various
Agreed.
properties. Density,
Physical forces.
yield strength,
Because then you could use that in combat. You could have a ship flying in, spin around, and just mow everybody down, and then boom, you're done.
modulus.
That's it.
And
You got
this
the
is
advantage now.
more or less what I wanted to talk about Maelstrom, but I don't want to leave without showing one more video.
Yeah, the
of
thrusters on
what
the engine should push
carnage
people down.
Maelstrom can
Oh, agreed completely.
create.
Completely. And any kind of debris that's on the pad. Poor Pico. He is not having a good day today.
Pagan.
Neither is that Gladius.
One of my friends just sent me a message saying that the dad has finally returned with the milk.
My
So
question
thank you
is,
very much.
does all this mean that
And with
ramming
that,
is now
I'd
finally
like
valid
to hand
gameplay?
over to Benoit.
Yes.
It should be.
Actually, CIG responded a few days ago and said that regardless of the situation, ramming was not valid gameplay.
All right.
Ramming.
I am not this person, but I'm filling in with him. So far, I mean, you guys think this is going to change your game up to now? All these new features? Hell yeah. Okay. So we've seen updates from fire, water, we've just seen force, we've seen sun and light. So the next thing that's left to build a ludicrous space game is audio. And so I'll leave you with Graham, who's going to show you some of the new audio enhancements we bring to Star Engine to make it even more realistic than it is now.
Hi CitizenCon, Graham here. Good to see you.
So we
Recently
have
in the audio team, we've been looking
visual
at how
part.
we
Now
can
we're
create a
going
greater
to hear
psychological connection and
the audio
emotional
part.
impact within our games through the use of improved audio technology. Audio can play a crucial role in the immersion of the player. And with that in mind, the
look at
audio
that
code and
background.
technical sound design teams have been looking at all of our
That's
tech
nice.
from the ground up. For example, when you're
We need that in
you should feel
Wallpaper
a
Engine.
real sense of danger.
Someone needs to put that in
When you're
Wallpaper
armed,
Engine.
You should feel the dangerous power that you hold within your hands. Earlier this year, we showed you our resonance tech, which allows us to bring the action much closer to the player even when they're deep in the bowels of a ship and far away from where all the hits and the explosions are happening. But that's just one part of a much larger push to create a better,
They were showing
more
this on
audio
ISC
experience.
recently, remember?
With that in mind,
I think
let's
I
take a look
saw
at some of the
an
tech we've been
Idris
working
flying
on.
in the background.
First, let's listen to some of our weapon sounds in action.
Ew. Disgusting sound. Oh yeah.
They're a great simulation,
residence.
but we wanted to take them further and express the sound pressure, the forces being exerted. Our new in-house audio effects,
Come on.
particularly the multiband compressor, tuned by our sound designers, give us this result.
Oh, that's good.
The compression serves to illustrate the power of the weapons
that's
and the
good.
effect that they have when going beyond the limits of
Let
the
me hear the
listener.
sniper.
That's cool.
Oh, that sounds beefy.
Let's
Ear
hear the
candy.
same audio
Oh,
effects
yeah.
applied to the ship weapons, taking us from this
Ship audios, yes.
Give me another pair of pants, please.
Yeah, you might want to get a spare pair of underwear too.
to
while you're at
this.
it.
Oh, yes.
The deepness of it. Yeah.
Yeah, the resonance is awesome. I'm glad I got my good headphones on today for this.
But it's not just about feeling powerful. Changes in audio can create a sense of danger, of being out on your own and under threat. Here's an example of ship combat.
Hold on, wait, hold on. I'm gonna hear this.
Sounds good, but what if we wanted a little more realism?
Oh, yes. The little pings.
Because you are in a vacuum.
The audio propagation
Yes.
tech that we've been rolling out makes it easier to change the soundscape in real
There
time.
will be people who will
The nice
complain,
use
though,
of
that it doesn't
technology
sound
is to
immersive, though,
provide
because
a
they don't
more
hear it.
realistic option.
I hear it.
Here,
Oh,
your
sure,
own
the
weapons resonate
shield.
through the hull of the
Oh,
ship.
yeah.
Only what's in the pressurized cockpit is heard clearly, and the threat level feels higher due to the isolating lack of enemy weapon and ship audio. Making these changes creates space in the audio, both spectrally and temporally,
new-
making impacts seem bigger, more damaging, more
radar
of a problem
on
for
your
the
ship.
player. This realistic mode isn't limited to the flight experience, it's applied appropriately to the game as a whole. Here's an FPS battle in a depressurized area.
That's cool as fuck. Hey, Goofball, thanks for coming in, buddy. I appreciate you.
With realistic mode, we get that sense of isolation again, giving the location a different colour and adding variety to the audio experience. Player breathing and
That's cool as
are
fuck.
exaggerated, and other sounds are transmitted through
I think
physical
he has
contact.
God mode on.
Oh, clearly.
But that would be nice if there was a armor.
Remember, it's a tech demo.
Yeah.
Chris had him recording demos probably all year for this.
It wouldn't be another.
That's all from us for now. We look forward to getting these new audio features into your hands.
Presentation.
They get all of this in 42. Starfield doesn't have a chance.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Starfield's not a competitor for SE.
No, for Squadron 42, yes, it would be. Yes, because Squadron 42 is a single-player game.
All right.
Space combat, absolutely.
Squadron 42 is a space sim, mil sim. Starfield is an RPG with a space element.
Shaping the first replication layer and persistent energy.
My name is Paul Reindl.
Here we go. Here's the actual
Director
tech
for
shit.
Online technology.
I'm excited.
And I'm going to show you.
This guy's
little
aged
bit
a lot in a
insight
year.
in our technology for
He's
persistent
been
entity
working all the
streaming and
overtime.
replication layer.
No, his life is probably hell.
I thought about what's the best
I mean, if you
way
think about
to
it,
show
he's probably
you
under a
something
lot of pressure at work.
about that tech, and I thought about putting some technical drawings.
Dude, my heart goes out to you.
On the slides.
It
or
really
maybe show
does. I'm not
video,
being sarcastic or
like we
mean.
did 2 years ago. But really, the best way to show you how persistent entity streaming works is
And
to
beyond.
give you a live
Paul
demonstration. And that's what I'm going to do.
Live demo.
All right.
A live demonstration? Oh yes, please.
So this will
Let's
all
see
be
the Bill
live,
Gates
so
blue
please
screen
bear
of
with
death
me if there's any
Come on,
glitches.
30k, 30k.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine the uproar if that happened?
30k.
So let's keep this rolling. I think I'm supposed to press the button. No, it's already switched. Before we start,
Why is Google up?
I just give you a little bit of an overview.
Okay, I had to take for a second. Like, that's not on my screen, is it? I'm like, okay.
Let me set up everything.
You had to launch Star Citizen.
God damn it. Age slider. Yeah.
Come on.
Coming soon, TM.
30k.
1 moment.
Is he having a hard time?
So on this left side, you will see my client window. And on the bottom side, you will see
Multiple
the server
screens,
renderer.
yeah.
So for this demonstration, and I start a second client, I'm just...
Must be nice. You'll just start a second client whenever you want. You can only run one per machine.
This is live, all right. So again, on this side, you see the client. And he just logged out because I started a second client. So let's do this again. One more time.
Finally, realistic gameplay.
On this side, you see the server renderer, which is currently...
Yeah, I'm totally sold on this.
Showing a small demonstration level.
CIG have all of my money.
And on this
which is
side,
not
you see
much
the
right
entity graph.
Yeah, finally some honesty in your
Online
advertising.
database. That's powering what you see in persistent entity streaming, what you play since 3.18.
And just so,
and
just
also
to
have some
think,
metrics on the screen,
the
which
marketing
shows
has
the entity
absolutely
graph,
zero presence in
work.
Oh, you know they don't.
The requests per
of this,
minute,
yeah.
per second, the mutations, and you also will see entities created and destroyed once I do that. All right, so let's...
Now let's use this at the loading screen for
wait
like 5
my client
minutes.
to come up and join this level.
I'm sorry, I missed it. What was the bottom screen?
So the first thing
The
that will
server
happen
renderer.
when I join this level,
Okay.
you will see on that
Okay,
server
gotcha.
everything
Thank you.
streams in, and my client connected and also
So this sucks.
everything on the client view. What would happen on the behind the scenes is that my player just got unstowed into that shard, and we at real time created everything for this player. So you will see his body is attached to the player.
Yeah,
you will
this
see
sucks.
His mobi-glass, his head with all his customizations, his undersuit,
what about
and then
my
all
socks?
his customizations
I'm
as
stealing
well on
them.
the undersuit.
No.
Yep.
What you also see is that this player just got unstowed and attached to a static zone object container. And this is how our zone system works.
Lies.
Basically, on the server, you will see 3 different zones, purple, green, and red. And each zone comes with its own coordinate system and its own physical grid. And this is how we actually, on live, do zone transitions between your ship, empty space, space station, or a planet. And you will see, as I walk between those zones, I will, at real time, update it in that entity graph. And this all happens seamless. So for a client, this is completely transparent. You don't notice that. But this is actually what's happening when you step in or out into a ship. And
I
this
have
is
no
very
idea what
unique
he's
to our
talking about.
engine.
It's
No
cool.
other engine has this zone
He's
system,
talking
and
about
this
how he
allows
gets between
us
the different zones
to do
without
all the amazing
having loading
stuff you saw in
screens.
the videos before.
Yeah, this just sucks. Everything's in containers.
And go
It loads and unloads what it
smallest
needs at the
scope to
time.
the largest scope.
Yep.
Yeah, this just sucks. This is what they started pushing Dev for in 2020, January 2020, is when we started testing it in the PTU.
In a shard. So this is like a
every
mini
zone
level,
on the
like a
server
mini
processes
PU level.
probably in its own
This
threads.
also
It does it.
persists in this
It's
database.
all in containers.
When
Yep.
we create new entities in our engine, in Star Engine,
So that when you move in and out of it, you're shifting
those
around.
entities get
Correct.
pushed
The container
into our
shifts to
entity
follow like a
graph,
bubble.
to our online database at real time, and then from there replicated to our client. So if I go ahead and spawn a couple of plushies here,
Plushies?
you will see they spawn, they
Yay.
get created immediately on my entity
Pico
graph
plushies.
and replicated on the server and on the client. So let's spawn a couple more here.
He's just pooping picos,
And you
man.
see the penguins I spawn in the other zone get attached to the other zone. And then if I go and
Oh no.
transition
No!
one of those,
Think of the picos, you
they will also
bastard.
transition between the different zones.
You blow him up, you drown him, you
And the same
explode him, you
works
cut him
for
in half, and now
ships
you're
or more
shooting
complex
him.
entities. If I spawn this buggy here, you will see
I know,
this
right?
one
He's
gets
a
created
monster.
with all its attachments and everything else attached to it. And this is just my small demo level here. On live, we have up to 600,000 dynamic entities that get created for one single shard. And this is just the initial state. After 2 weeks, 3 weeks of gameplay, when you guys go in and destroy stuff, spawn stuff, play around, it goes in the millions of entities.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
So this in itself
And that's
is
what scares
pretty-
me about hole
pretty
munching.
amazing tech. The next time
Oh yeah,
I want
we've
to
been
talk
leaving
about is
cargo boxes all
our
over the
streaming
verse, things we
system.
don't want.
Well, as long as no one's in the area, the server doesn't have to crunch it. It
and
stores it, marks it, stored, and moves on. We're good.
Stream on texture or geometry, we actually stream entities, and we do stream
That's the reason
persistent
why
entities.
the planets get so laggy.
So when I turn
Yeah.
on the streaming system here and I walk into this, if I walk over to the red area, you will see that the purple area will stream out together with all the entities on that server.
Mhm.
So it does not only stream out on my client, it actually streams out on that server.
This is the demonstration
back
they should have
in
had
the
in
zone,
2019
That
CitizenCon
purple
about
zone
socks.
streams back in.
This right
with
here.
all the entities in there.
This would have
at full
explained it a
persistent
lot
state.
better for people.
So now I have a second player join. Benoit is going to join me. So Ben, if you want to join, okay, I think you see him over there. Hey Ben.
Hello.
He has a
Sorry. Nice. All right.
You should
I'm
not
going to
shoot your
spawn
coworkers.
A couple more penguins here. Because the next thing I want to talk
starting
about
my
is
ass.
new technology we are right now developing and we are about
keep
to
spawning.
put on the tech preview for you to play. And this is actually the replication layer split. And that's the big next step in our great vision, obviously, as you might know. So in this demo, my client and my servers, they are no longer directly connected. Actually, I have a new service running here, and that is our replication service. So my client is connected to this replication service, and my server is connected to this replication service. And the replication service, the sole purpose is to get all the entities which are in the entity graph and stream them to clients and servers which are connected to. And what's really cool about this is, let's do a little experiment here. I mean, you all know our game has bugs.
Yeah,
it's still alpha, and sometimes things can happen.
You need to talk to CIG. Maybe you can help
What's happening?
There you go.
I'm not being snarky. I'm being completely truthful.
Here. And so this is my server, the actual console. So let's just shut it down. And yes, this is where you would usually see a 30K or something.
He just killed the other server.
You can see Benoit kind of froze there for a bit, and the buggy does a bit weird stuff. I can shoot those pingus, but the world is really in a frozen state right now.
The pingus.
But I didn't disconnect because I'm connected to the replication layer and not to the server anymore. In the meantime, I'm just starting a new server. Let's be a bit patient for it. It should come back online in a second.
So you're still interacting with your world.
So you no longer have to go out to the menu and...
Some way. He said the world is paused.
That the server came back. It restored the state.
Nice.
Well, in reality, you're going to ship.
We have working replication layers, guys.
It restored the state, and the simulation just continues to work as before.
Well, they also said the same thing about PES, remember? And then 6 months later...
But this is a great benefit of what we have with our replication.
Remember, Benoit loaded a bunch of stuff into their test server, and it came back, and it was there.
There's one more thing. And let's try this thing again. I just killed my server, and I'm trying to do that again. But this time, we're doing something different. So let's first go in here. This is my development tool. I can talk about it in a second. So let's stop that server again.
The traffic is shifting from one server to the other. That's what he needs to show. Then you'll have no disruption.
And restart.
Well, we knew whenever a server crashed, there was going to be a stall in the world, just like Elite Dangerous.
This tool you see here, this is our internal development tool.
In a farm environment,
this tool runs the entire stack.
So we're going to have a huge stall at first, and eventually that stall will get brief or be like,
obviously for development
what was that?
And I can do that with my small test level.
Yeah,
but this really helps
I understand.
online devs and all people who work on the
But I'm just saying initially it's going to be a huge stall.
To be able to develop our game. And because I run everything on this PC, it's a bit slow. So let's wait and see what's happening here. All right. Simulation continues. I can see Ben moving again. Hey, Ben.
Right.
However, what just happened?
You're going to be a network switch.
Well, as you can see on my screen, I no longer have one server connected.
Updates like that too.
I have 3 servers
they can
connected
purge
to
servers.
replication.
It's called eviction. You evict.
So what you guys see here,
and they don't even know it's happening.
This is the very first version of a working server mesh.
Server's connected right now. That's proof right there that it's working.
All right.
Well, what he showed the
so now I'm going to explain a little bit how this magic works, because it is truly magic. Each server, when it came up and the replication layer realized there are 3 servers, we assigned different zones to those servers. And we said, okay, server 1, you are the authority over the purple area. Server 2, you are the authority over the green area. And the last server is authoritative over the red area. You can still see that those servers have all those entities replicated, but only the entities within their zone are actually authoritative on that server. So while I'm in this green zone at the moment, my entity is simulated on that green server and just replicated on the other server. And now, as I transition between those zones, you will see that on that green server, I just lost authority, and on the purple server, I just gained authority. And because it
I'm wondering how it
my player was
updates.
replicated on both servers,
How it updates on a server that
this
crashed.
completely works seamless. And again, let's do that a couple of times.
Yeah.
You see on my
That's a big
client
issue
here,
to lose.
I don't notice anything of that. This all happens behind the scene. And this doesn't work only on me. Let's turn on the
So it sounds like initially they're going to do meshing via
authority assignment
with geographical
on the
anchors.
client as well.
So server 1 will be like Lorville,
that
server 2 will be Arcor, server
they
3
transition
Microtech,
into
and
the
so
other
on and so
zone,
forth. Does the crash
seamlessly
cascade? Yeah, that's my question.
through that zone.
That's my question right there. Does the crash cascade or does it regeneratively heal the ring up that server?
And not only that, I can also interact with entities that are on the other side. So if I go on the green zone, for example, and I shoot this, I can still shoot that purple entity. And I can also just go ahead and destroy that.
Yeah, but what happens when it crashes?
There you go. Always fun to blow stuff up, right?
Well, when he shut down the server, that's
all right.
And he demonstrated it kept.
So there's more.
No. With multiple
The first thing I
geographies
would
being
do, let's
hosted.
spawn a fresh
That's what
buggy.
I
I
mean.
just destroyed mode 1.
Because he's explained, okay, basic meshing. Now he's talking about how each server has its own geographical area that it has the authority
that
over.
means that now my buggy and myself will transition authority together. And this is how we make sure that my player, while he's driving this buggy, is always authoritative on the same server. So you can see, as I drive around,
he's not having a good day.
Zones, I will switch between the different servers.
New drinking game. How many times does Pico get destroyed or hurt in CitizenCon?
But there's more to this. So remember when I turned on the streaming?
I'm too drunk to continue. Someone else
the
take
same
over.
streaming mechanics work here as well. Like obviously in this example right now, you can see all those servers,
exactly.
all those entities replicated, and it's a little bit wasteful because you have
There's no reason
3 servers all need to replicate all those entities, and that's where streaming come into play. I can turn on streaming here, and you will see that suddenly my purple server no longer has the red area streamed in, and the red server no longer has the purple area streamed in. So let's see what's happened when I drive my buggy backwards into that red, into the red zone. What happens on that purple server? And I just disappear. So right now, on this server, there's only Benoit replicated. And Benoit, if you come to me over in the red area, you will see that now on this server, there's no client at all. And in theory, we could now completely stream out the entire area on that server, or stream in a new area. And you will also see, as I drive back into the green area, I will magically reappear on that purple server. And this obviously works on the other side as well. Let's get a couple more player join. I have a couple more QA in the back, so you can just see the whole thing running at live. Running in live with.
Please don't run over your QA
things
team.
Going on.
Shit, I keep muting myself.
Let me get out of this buggy.
Sure.
Well, it's on one of the macro keys, and I'd like to rest my hand on the edge of the keyboard.
You will see on each server renderer which clients are currently replicated on those servers, and which clients are actually authoritative on those servers. And you can see this, the green server, because it's the middle one, has most entities replicated.
Well,
and then you can see this purple one at the moment only has one
he's showing one
client
zone failed on the top right, but the other 2 servers are authoritative, with the purple one's authoritative on the left. And so you have clusters.
So yes, this is pretty much it.
Working for each cell.
I hope you guys enjoyed this.
So
it
the
has
question
been a
is
long
this coming
time
out
to
this
come
next
to this
year?
point, and I just can't put in words how much tech and work we had to put into this. Big shout outs to the network team, big shout outs to the online services team, big shout outs to Chris to let us doing this.
That's all Paul. That ain't Chris. That's all Paul.
It's been a really long journey to get to this point.
He dreamed it,
And I've got to say,
and the guy on the side did it.
has done an amazing job. They've been working diligently for the last 4 or 5 years. We've had a couple of false starts.
Other MMOs
we
are gonna
finally
be chasing this.
have an incredible.
If
I
they
mean,
were smart,
the
they'd
way the
have
replication layer works and how we can.
Well, that's Roberts' goal, is to license this to other game developers,
the server
dude.
goes down is
We're footing the bill for his
genius.
retirement.
And the first time I saw this, about 3 weeks ago, working
And
fully,
I'm okay with that as long as
cried.
they give me my capital ships.
Well,
It's like giving birth.
We did it!
And we wouldn't have been able to do this and work on this kind of tech without all your support.
That's right.
Now,
100%.
you guys
And your trust.
allowing us to take the time to do it right, to really build it. So thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So much for everyone, and thank you everyone at CIG that's really worked hard to deliver all this amazing stuff that will be
Unreal
either in
Engine
your
is
hands
all
now
about
or in your
rendering,
hands very
it's not
soon.
server stuff.
And this is just the beginning of
Unreal is
CitizenCon.
all
We've got a lot more
fighting.
stuff to show you.
Yeah. That's what we need for this MMO, guys. That's what we need.
Great demo, by the way.
They could bring the two together.
All right.
That was great. Come on, come here.
That mute
Thank
was
you,
on
guys.
purpose.
Thank you.
Well done, Paul. And team.
Here are starting to get on.
Jared!
I know I'm live.
Jared's back.
Dan, I gotta digest what we just saw. Take it away from that boat, Dan.
He's waiting. He's.
What is up, everyone? We are back here on the
Hey, it's
CitizenCon
Bog!
Give it up for that
It's
amazing
Bog!
panel you just saw. We are
It's
so
Bog
excited to
Nagas.
have all that stuff working. We're here at the
Don't know.
Atmo Fight or
I
Flight
fucking
area
love
here
Bog
at
Nagas,
CitizenCon
dude. He's one of my top 3
Los
favorite
Angeles
streamers in
Center.
the world.
I have with
He has
me
a nice
2 of our
mustache,
content creators who are
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
in Fight or
Yeah.
Flight later today. We got Bog Nagas and Lizzie. What is up, guys? We're going to be doing some lightning round questions about your guys' upcoming stuff. First question. how
Bog,
does it feel to see Atmo
Axton,
come to life
and
here at
Scarred are
CitizenCon?
currently my top
It's
3.
so cool. It's
Space Bub's right there
real
behind him in
esports
4.
thing at an event like this for Star Citizen, so I'm really excited to be a part of it.
I think it's a great opportunity for the community to showcase the PvP in the Star Citizen community.
Fantastic. What's your mindset going into your guys' match today?
Don't lose.
Say morality?
And, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm gonna beat him.
I don't know.
Good mindsets. Preferred dogfighting.
Bog's no slouch.
The arrow.
Definitely the Ghost, Hornet Ghost.
All right. Advice to people learning dogfighting in Star Citizen.
Nose to the grindstone. Go hard at it.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Just jump into Arena Commander and just put in the hours. It's a lot of fun, worth it.
All right. Where can people follow you guys?
Twitch and Twitter. LazyB_.
Yeah, same thing. Twitch, Bognagus.
All right. And, a lot of tension, a lot of animosity. Say something nice about your
No,
opponent.
not with Bog.
He's got a great mustache.
I'm going to feel really bad blowing him up.
All right, guys. Well, that is it for Atmo Fight or Flight. The matches are going to be starting soon. I'm going to cut it back to Jared and the CitizenCon main stage. We'll see you guys back here on the floor soon. See you guys then.
Fix it and fly it.
Nice.
Yay, fix it, play it. Yay.
We're gonna see how this goes.
Pagan?
Yeah, buddy, what's up?
Gamer wants to know if he's
Hello.
on mute.
I can't hear him, no, but he's not
I'm Thorsten
server muted.
Leimann, lead
I mean,
systems designer
but do you
for the
have him
EU
muted
team,
personally?
and
Yes.
welcome to this little presentation
Alright,
of
well,
our most
there's
ambitious
your
feature
answer,
that we
gamers.
are working on for quite a while already. We already talked about it several times, but this time it will be a little bit different. So before we start jumping into the presentation,
What is he
here's a
gonna talk
little
about?
disclaimer. everything that you're about to see in this presentation was done by the EUPU team. So, well,
yeah, he's been on ISC a couple of times talking about it.
From the vehicle content team and the VGPU team. So what
we'll
see here is mainly placeholder art that was either
really
done
hope
by
so.
Guillermo, Bastien, or me, so members of our team, and it's gameplay that we focus on in this presentation. So what you will notice here is also that the UI is still work in progress, so visual changes even throughout this entire presentation. So we are still iterating. But let's start with the actual presentation. Those that follow us for quite some time probably know about the resource network already, but let's do a brief recap. We will be talking here about our technology, that is resource network, and the engineering gameplay that can be called a child of the resource network. The engineering task will allow you to manage your ships, outposts, and possibly other things. Let's have Guillermo talk about the technology first. So welcome on stage, Guillermo.
Okay.
We said ships and outposts.
Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Guillermo Bilbao, gameplay programmer for this team, and I'm going to talk about the resource network.
I can't remember ever seeing him before.
So, what is the resource network?
He could be new.
Yeah, it could be.
For the resource network
be.
was replacing the previous pipe system you might have heard about with a new system that was more generalized, easier to expand, and that will support all the gameplay we actually want to do. And yeah, so it is a network, as you can see on that picture, showing the connections between different items, even those inside object containers. And it enables specifically the relay gameplay we're going to show right after. So it will have a global impact. You're going to see it in ships. You're going to see it in outposts. It's built to work with the cargo system in some ways. And as for interacting with it, the engineering gameplay we're showed today is going to be the biggest example, but you will also see it in other places, especially in missions. And let's have Thorsten talk about it a bit more.
So hello again. So as a crew member of a ship or as a person managing an outpost, you have several responsibilities, where the engineering topic can be split in 3 activities, and you can decide to share those responsibilities or take them all by yourself. It's really up to you. Every task requires their own skills and their own tool sets. There is tuning. Here you are responsible for preparing your ship. Your journey did not start yet, so you adjust your ship items based on your goals for the travels. Exchange sub-items, adjust the default settings of your power plant, basically operations that require you to turn off the items or even remove them from their sockets. The next activity is maintaining, and this is all about damage control and keeping the items in pristine or pristine enough state. You are the mechanic that makes sure that everything is and stays operable. Maybe even go further in the sense of caring for the items. And what caring means is here reducing the wear and tear rate by regularly removing dust or oiling the items, just as some quick examples. So let's actually show you some of the maintenance you can already do and will be able to do. So here we start with 2 gameplay mechanics that are already in the game. So technically nothing new, but the entire engineering loop ties them nicely together. Here you saw me collecting IMC, or still collecting, and now I will take the shield generator of the recently destroyed Gladius to use them as a spare part for myself.
Visualize components.
So all of this is, of course, optional. So you can purchase those items already and in the future even assemble them for yourself. So crafting. While the Fury approaches, you might get the glimpse of a debug UI. So there's the Fury now coming. I activated the debug UI to show you the health
I like
state
the fact
of each
that he has
item.
a mini map of the inside.
And what you
Yeah, we
should have
need that in
seen
a bad
is
way.
that the shield generator is fully destroyed, and the
it
power
shows you
plant that I'm
doorways
about
and
to
stuff
take
in a
out now
highlighted green.
is
That's really
in low
nice.
health. Low health means you can still
while they're-
repair it. So which you will be happening now with Guillermo and Pete repairing the power plant after I removed it from the Fury. So it's making it fully functional again.
Repairing the power plant.
Nice.
And here you see the debug UI, the health is now fully up again, and that means that it runs at full,
Also,
full
did you
efficiency
guys
again.
see that?
And here you also see that the shield generator is at 0 health, so the destroyed shield generator cannot be repaired because it's destroyed. So I have to exchange it with a spare one that I collected from the Gladius.
Oh, cool.
He's replacing the shield chip to another.
Yeah.
So with all those repairs being done, the Fury is operatable again, and it can go its way.
Nice. Very nice.
He T-posed.
Well done, sir. Well done. I salute your troll, sir.
Is that a player emote that you can do?
Yeah.
Responsibility.
Yeah, it's like ready for launch, I think it is.
Is managing your ship, which includes resources, but also more general aspects. You have to manage
Moon, I hope I am your first customer, buddy.
informed decisions, like reacting to hazards, like malfunctions, fire, low energy, but also calling
Not
out
if I get there
items
first.
that need repair and maintenance. You will delegate the rest of
totally
your
will,
crew
too.
to keep your ships intact, like giving clear priorities of what needs to be done first. Let's take a look at another video here. So this is the first glimpse of the engineering UI in action. It is still being worked on, so it's heavy work in progress.
Engineering
Let's start with looking at the item view.
panels.
Give me that ship right there. That ship you're in right now, that's what I need.
Nice.
So you can see the full setup of the network with the relays, the green dots connecting to each other, and the relays
that's
connecting to the
nice.
items. Color
So
and
we are now
shape
one step
below the icons should help
closer
you
to
identify the
capital
different
ships,
item
guys.
types, like
Let's
power
hope.
plants, weapons, also helping differentiate between consumer, producer, and converters. You can tell the current state of the item, that means the amount of energy it produces, consumes, or has stowed. The health state it is in, the current wear and tear on the item, and the current state it runs in, like charging or being in an idle state. You can directly interact with these items, turn them on and off, and in the future even switch their states. If you hover over a relay, that I will be hopefully doing soon, you will also see that the amount of fuses that are still active and because a relay consists of several fuses, basically they're their own set of lives. And here
You see the thing in the bottom
you
left.
see all the details. Like you can click on the items to see a 3D render of the power plant here, the quantum drive,
What
sorry.
about it?
And here's the relay overlay.
I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Here Pete shoots a relay to
HPA
show
could
the UI
stand for high
updates on the
pressured air.
screen. So once this relay got shot at, you will see the
Maybe
update here
oxygen?
on the UI that suddenly the entire right-hand side of your ship lost power.
It is
connection.
loose. It is.
And
I want to be able to do it.
what you might have not picked up on the screen is that actually the power plant here that I'm now focusing on is on low health. So I'm commanding Simon to repair the power plant to get it fully operational again. So, something to highlight here. Take a closer look at the doors. Since we also track the door states, you see that you can watch movement inside your ships now nicely. So you can track players moving around. in
How are we seeing this?
And even close doors
Through
for them,
other
or
people's
like
views.
compartments in this case, where Simon just forgot to close the compartment.
Nice. You can control compartments now.
Yeah, so Pete destroyed the relay, but we need the ship in fully functional state. So yeah, I'm running now with a fuse and place it in the relay, so make the relay work again.
Yeah, this is debug tools.
What you can also do with the doors is that you can create safe pathways, because you sitting at this engineering screen have more information in regards to your ship than the others. So you open doors to create a path that the players on your ship have to take.
Nice.
Now to the room view. That is mainly the life support controls plus controlling all doors. Again, we show the details of each room, like the temperature, pressure, atmosphere composition.
Oh, I'm going to be fucking with people on this.
Like you living on a ship.
Did it suddenly get colder in here? Why am I dying?
You now have precise control over each door
Where
in
did
your
my
ship.
air go? I'm dying.
As you see here.
Right? Left your helmet in the bridge?
To
Oh!
have more control over which door or compartments to open.
Well, if you can have
Yeah.
Here, again, showing the opening the power plant. That also helps very much in already telling
Can we
players,
lock
hey, you
things?
should
Come on,
repair this
tell us.
item, so I open that door for you, and they directly know which
So
item
also,
you mean.
I'll take it. It
It also
look in the
allows
upper
us to
right
control like
corner.
the
You have 4 hours,
outside-facing
10
doors
minutes
much
of
better.
reserved scrubbers left.
So you can directly open
Interesting.
if you just
What?
want to open the left
Limited
side ramp or the
atmosphere.
front side facing ramp or the
gravity.
back facing ramp.
So you can
How
turn
much is this going to impact the server performance, though?
Well, don't know. But man, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
being able to turn your ship gravity off would be cool.
Zero G to the whole thing.
That would be handy during times that people are trying to raid you.
Or even during cargo loading and unloading, so that you're not.
Take the gravity off, just shove that shit in there.
Yep. And then that way you can go in and out easily.
Mm-hmm. Imagine if you had people at the ready. Imagine if you have your own crew ready to go.
Crew suffocate again.
Pirates come in, you kill the gravity, they lift off the deck, they're not ready, and your crew shooting the shit out of them while they're drifting
The
around.
cycle button, you see that the entire atmosphere in this
Venting
room
air.
is vented.
Fucking A, yeah.
Yeah, well, the consequence is death.
Yes, Luce, Gib. Gib now. Gib it now.
And the crew doesn't have their helmet on. Like he's saying, you vent the atmosphere. And you
So, as you can tell, engineering gameplay will bring a lot of changes. Some of those changes are adding batteries to ships that will allow you to get a little bit of extra power for a short amount of time. Allowing you to control items directly, where it's not only their on-off state, but also their resource consumption. And where the biggest change that will come in this update is basically to the resource consumption and generation. So let's talk about energy balance. Currently, ships are balanced such
Exactly,
that
Luce.
they
Exactly.
consume less energy than they produce. What I mean with that is that the sum of all items requires less energy than the power plant will provide. And this has to change. The energy rebalance that I will explain to you now will affect mainly bigger ships. Single-seaters will still behave like they do now. For big ships, we will focus on item groups. Those require energy, but your ships will not provide enough energy to
It's basically elite dangerous power levels again.
100% all the time. Instead, you have to decide what you want to have permanently powered by your power plant. So managing decisions will have an impact now. You could decide, as in this example, to shut down your thrusters to turn on the weapons.
Agreed, Luce.
Isn't the best choice?
It's awesome. We're seeing the interactions.
Since you will not be able to maneuver, so might not help when you are attacked, you would be able to shoot though. And here comes in the batteries. In scenarios where you need to react, you can activate the batteries and use the additional power. Batteries won't last forever, but you at least can power additional systems. You will be able to recharge the batteries again, but you need to free up energy from the power plant to direct into the batteries. I think that was a little bit more than just a recap, but now Guillermo will talk about malfunctions.
So I will talk about malfunctions real quick and get you guys to the next video since we're a bit behind schedule. What are more functions? You've seen misfires in the persistent universe for seals and for thrusters. You've seen a very basic version of it. We're making them more complex. We're making them more lethal.
Oh, that's right. They were supposed to break for lunch at 3.
Also, some of the new malfunctions will include fire, spreading misfires.
Function of large ships, and I think we'll see research modules. Yeah.
Or signature burst, which increases your signature and makes you show up on enemy sensors more easily.
Oh, the
As for how you will counter them, you've seen suffocating people with life support. You will also be able to suffocate
the
fire with
the
life
Endeavor.
support, probably more useful.
Boom Room, thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate it.
Not necessarily only with a repair beam, but also replacing.
Thank you for your
fire,
sub. Yeah, thanks, Luce. The Endeavor.
Misfire. And
we got a follow on Kick too. Thank you, Sim01, 02, 03. Appreciate it.
And here's a video of the fire in action. You'll see in
demo.
other videos the fire. This is a small fire. You can just put it out with a fire extinguisher. Pretty simple. It just works.
You can see the capacity of the fire extinguisher going down.
Here's
too.
a bit of a bigger fire. It might be that you cannot only put it out on your own. So here we have one crew member that's going to try to put it out with a fire extinguisher.
Oof.
To mix results.
Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. Aim at the base of the flame. Come on, dude.
Of using the life support system to also set up before and yes, vent in the area.
Or do that.
Oh man, you vent it, put the fire out, then you've got to exit the ship, so you open the door and the atmosphere hits it and automatically flash fires.
That'd be hard to do on the upper deck of the C2.
And now you can see that
You'd have
fire,
to.
once we get to that compartment. Has been
You have to
successful.
open the door between the upper deck and the lower deck, and then opening the further doors.
Well, he just vented it without doing it.
Yeah, loose.
Okay, so let's get Thurston back on stage.
I don't think that fire extinguisher is ready for that class of fire.
Systems in action, but let's get a video of one of our play sessions, which is gonna probably show it a bit better.
So, yeah. I have to excuse myself already because I was leading this group of players being attacked by the Gladius, and I did a poor job, but more to that in that video. Yeah, Guillermo, we wanted to talk about
that's right.
For this demo, we have modified the damage system slightly to represent impact penetration at a very basic level. So you are going to see that the quantum drive is going to be hit by the Gladius.
They need to drop the music so I can hear this guy better.
So,
music's here, it needs to be here.
By Gladius for an A2 isn't like a big challenge, but in this setup we were not like fully staffed. That means we had our engineers running around and no one being seated in the turrets. So yeah, our goal was basically to flee the Gladius, and with the Gladius actually shooting the quantum drive.
I doubt the front of house guy's going to even see that
thought,
fucking
hey,
message,
it's a good
but
idea
it's worth a try.
to tell Pete and Simon to
Minus 10
repair the
dB
quantum
on
drive
music,
as a
please.
priority. As you can see, I somehow missed that the habitation room caught fire.
Yeah, he's already eating lunch. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah, well,
I've seen it. It's boring.
Prevent further damage to it, but I failed. So that was causing a bit to the panic, so I even got distracted in this moment. So we managed to have the quantum drive survive.
Peeps are
but here I noticed,
spamming their
actually
referral
the
code in global
starts
in
to
the
take
chat.
damage.
Fuck
And
off.
At this moment, I'm also telling Pete and Simon to switch their attention to the power plant, because if we lose the power plant, it's also like
Star drama.
So here I realized, oh my god, we are going down fast, and I think at this point now, I opened the compartment to make it access faster, but that was already too late, so the power plant died. And so the backup is to activate the batteries, which I did here. So Simon and Pete still tried their very best to fix it, but didn't manage to.
So basically what he's saying is
the attack moved to the forward side.
That's usually the case, though, from what I've heard.
The player who was attacking us actually knew the ship layout.
I would say
And,
Yogi probably rocks at
yeah,
PvP.
Here I
Yogi Platt, he
noticed
probably
that
kills
the
it
second
at
power
PvP.
plant is also got attacked, so have to redirect our
But he's a
mechanics
he's
to
a
it,
sim
and,
efficient in auto too.
at this point, we wanted to flee, and then I realized why doesn't the quantum drive work? And as you saw, that there is a relay that also got destroyed. So here you see it very clearly that with a relay being destroyed at the quantum drive position, that means that the quantum drive cannot be accessed from the pilot seat. That means that I also had to get that repaired. So it was.
So he's repairing it with his multi-tool? Is that what he's doing?
Everything was also happening a bit too fast. Here, trying to save the second power plant because we're already running out of battery life. So
I guess
we would have
better have a bunch of those on hand.
The second power plant, that would have been our certain death. And I think at the
So I'm guessing that red number on the lower was the amount of material he had left.
Basically asked someone to fix the relay at the back so that we still be able to jump away. Yeah, so we at least managed to save one of the power plants.
I should have taken that slider off. I'm sorry, guys. The platform slider went off. I should have taken it off.
Yeah, that's now. I think it was Pete running there and fixing the fuse. And the next step was the pilot trying to push the quantum drive, but it was too late. We died, and the end of the show. Yeah, thanks. So, what you just saw gives a good idea of how busy ships will be and what meaningful multi-crew gameplay will look like. But what about the future? Since we worked on technology that will be used throughout the entire game, you will see more and more coming utilizing this tech. It will introduce systemic gameplay with allowing players to come up with creative ways of manipulating their environments. Sabotaging a power plant or destroying a vital relay that connects it all to shut down an entire enemy base that can include its life support or security systems. It would also tie in nicely with Maelstrom that you just saw, and anything that will break off will lose its connection to the network and therefore have an impact on its functionality.
So we need to be able to build relays on your ship then.
The technology allows us also to take further steps into the crafting profession as well as in the base building, where both are related to each other. Bases built by player will also form resource networks and come with their unique challenges.
Yeah, you need to have a way of crafting them on the ship or you're fucked.
We are all really excited about the future of this tech.
Or maybe having a backup quantum drive or something somewhere in your ship storage where you can pull it out and put it in when you need it.
For all people involved. So thanks to the entire EUPU team, the vehicle teams, Jared, Active Feature team, and the Arena Commander team.
They wrapping for lunch now?
Super supportive to get this behemoth into a state that you could see here.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! I plan on paying.
It's been a long time coming.
Paying Moonraker very well to be an engineer.
So thank you for sticking with us on this journey. Wait,
there's more.
One more thing.
If you act now.
So we really want to get your hands. We really want you to get your hands on this because we already had a lot of fun with it. I hope all of you have heard of the experimental mode in the Arena Commander.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to bring you what you saw here as an experimental mode before we put everything into the PU.
Good. Good.
Wow. Here we go.
Yeah. Here it goes.
And this will be soon. So,
TM.
Thank you.
Damn it. I thought he was going to say it's in the PTU, but he's not. I guess Chris is the only one allowed to say shit like that nowadays.
Yeah.
And or Sandy.
Number 4.
There you go.
Hi, everybody. I think it's... There we are.
Whoa, too hot. Pull it away from your mouth hole.
You know, when we started this, we said we'd have a nice, relaxed pace. That's a lot of new content coming in just the last
there's definitely
2.5 hours now. We are going to slow things down. We're going to take a little fun break here. We're going to do a cosplay contest, because why the heck not? And then we're going to take our lunch. So all you restreamers during the lunch, you can have a time to open your mouth and talk to your communities, because I can imagine you over the last 2.5 hours just trying to get a word in edgewise. So let's go to the cosplay contest, hosted by Galactica, our social media manager, with special judges Kat, Forrest, and me.
You still have time to buy your digital goodies pack, folks. You can get in on the pyro thing.
Hello and welcome to the Citizen 2953 cosplay contest powered by Toby Gaming. I'm Galactica's social media manager for Star Citizen, or as I like to say, professional ship poster. And on stage with me, I have Kat Reeves. She's our creative director.
Okay.
And then next to Kat, we have Forrest, who's our principal technical artist. And who let this guy on stage? Security? And of course, Jared Huckabee. What's your title these days?
Creative content doofus.
All right. So,
I like that. Creative content
we
doofus.
did say that this was
They need to do that on the next ISC.
Toby Gaming. And for those of you in the audience, just
Oh, he's awesome.
curiosity, who has used a Toby eye tracker before?
Have one. Send me a second one. I'll give it away.
Of you? Okay, so for those of you who have not used a Toby eye tracker, I want you to look to the left. I didn't see anybody look to the left. Everybody look to the left. And now to the right. All right. Now, wouldn't that be awesome if you could do that in-game and not have to use your hands?
Here's the advert for Toby.
Do camera controls? That would free up your ability to focus on your flight and your fighting.
If I'm reading these numbers correctly, 3 o'clock is the talking ship, but that's 3 Cali time, so that's 5 Central, 6 Eastern.
Which is some of the prizes that we're going to be giving out today. So thank you so much, Toby, for being here and for providing these prizes for us. All right, now, who's ready to see some cosplayers? Can we get some drum rolls? Yes! Judges, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes? Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so coming up first, we have Diabolus.
Oh my goodness.
I can't see. Come on. Actually, that looks pretty damn good, man. I'm not going to lie. That looks pretty damn good.
Nice.
Well
Who is
done.
this?
Diabolus.
Artemix Elite Hurston Armor?
If you want to
Yeah, Luce, that's not going to happen. Yeah, that's well done, Crumpet, isn't it?
I can't see anything and I can't hear
Right here, I'll guide you, He can't see anything.
Oh,
Come
dude, that
this
sucks.
way.
I'm sorry.
And stand right here.
You didn't put eye holes?
We're letting them walk
All
right off the
right,
stage.
we're ready for cosplayer.
Right? Just guiding right off the end where it just falls down.
He's probably got light glare coming out.
Make some noise for Ken
the lights on
Shadow.
his visor, and then the lights on the stage probably make it really hard to see.
That was Ken Shadow?
That is Ken Shadow.
Oh, blinding lights. That's
And
true.
Number 3
That's
is
true.
a little bit special. We have the entire Ninetales gang.
Quick.
Hey, you guys know this isn't Grimhex, right?
I think we're human shields right now.
All right, I think Jumptown might be safe right
Why
now.
is there a shortage of ski masks in LA right
How
now?
tight are those pants?
They do. They look great, Crumpet.
So Los Angeles only had 3 for
SWAT
sale.
test confirmed.
Yeah, apparently.
Next.
VIP only.
All right, next is Hydrosa.
I want to move you. Oh, come on down here. Over there. I got you. Right there. Good job. Okay.
So if you are not familiar with
buddy.
Hydrosa does stream on Twitch, and I was lurking a little bit in his chat while he was making this outfit, and he told me
Jared,
that
your
he
mic's
has
hot.
never made a cosplay before,
knows.
and that he had to learn how to sew and do a lot of different fabrications in order to make this outfit, which is quite impressive for a first cosplay. I've made probably about 100 cosplays, and they look nothing like that, so GG's. All right, up next, we have Lito as Jimmy.
Finally. Finally.
That's not a
I'll be right back.
very accurate one because like, I could see his face.
Are we gonna get Jax?
Yeah.
I'm gonna see
Where is
someone
Jax?
cosplay as one
Are
of
we
the
getting
vending
Jax?
machines.
Have you seen Jax?
I'm just surprised we don't have like the Dumpers Depot girl or something. I'm like, come on, guys. No love for the NPCs.
Are we waiting for Jared?
Yes.
Okay.
What? Jared's cosplaying? What the hell is he doing?
Let's take a look
Jared's
at it.
probably gonna be Jax.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Anybody want to sing a song? T-pose?
Where the fuck is Jared?
Jared's getting dressed in like 30
He's
seconds.
having
All right,
he's
for
having a
everybody who's
costume
on stage, I want you
malfunction.
to do like your best in-game emotes impression.
Somebody better
Oh, there we
T-pose.
go.
Oh
That's not Jax, but
no.
Well, the real Jimmy,
Did he just
please
have
stand
that?
up.
Like,
He probably does.
All right, and up next we have Britty Kitty.
nice. That's actually pretty cool. Look, Pagan.
can you see in that thing?
It's a Star Cheeks.
Yeah, I see that.
That's amazing. All right, and next we have Jack Montana.
I don't know, man. I gotta say, my favorite one right now is the first one that rolled
Gonna
out.
be able to bring Luke back.
I know.
Avril suit.
All right, and next we have a familiar face,
The first two look
Sigillion.
pretty good.
Who does?
The first two.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. Who is he supposed to be?
Looks like a like Admiral from
Also,
before
side
the
note,
UE.
if you have never had
Just
pizza
some
made
random
by
Admiral?
Sigillion,
Okay.
I highly recommend it. You're missing out. All right. And up next we have
Was that a
Cyberwolf
sexual
74.
joke that she just made?
I'm not sure.
Oh, that guy has he has some extra.
Yeah. LOL, it is. Yeah. Okay, just making sure. Sometimes I see sexual innuendos in places that they're not supposed to be.
Know where to go.
Just follow
All right.
Jimmy number 2.
And last we have Cats.
Guys, step forward on this line.
Cats?
Step forward on this line. In the middle of
I
the
guess.
And her
What is
Pico
that
sidekick,
Wait.
of course. We can't forget Pico.
What?
I love your night.
That is so
Hey, Ninetales Pico.
All right, judges, feel
I
free
don't
to go
know.
around, ask questions, think really hard, and let me know when you have your top 3.
All right. Hey, John, can we kill the... Good.
Yep, Artemis, the Artemis armor.
My mic is on.
I'm sorry, what?
Artemis armor, that'd be my pick.
You like the one, yeah, the first one?
Mm.
The one who did the bow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. That's my favorite right now.
We good?
I think the guy with the blue armor is a pretty close,
Are we back on?
close
All right.
second.
All right.
So that was pretty... That was easier than we thought. You got yours, right?
Yeah, I got mine. I think I got mine.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm
All
happy.
right, let's announce our 3rd place winner.
Yeah, the
Step forward.
attention to detail
I'll let
on that
Kat
Artemis
announce
armor
it.
was just amazing.
So in third place, we have Diabolus in the Artemex League Hurston armor, and you win a Tobii Eye Tracker 5 and an A1 Spirit.
How's that third place?
Congratulations. Awesome job.
Wait, and a Spirit?
Yeah.
No.
That's third place? You're kidding, right?
No.
Wow.
All right, if I can have you when you're done, just stand right here.
He's like, right where?
I can't see a fucking thing.
Can't see.
Yeah, right, Crumpet? Why didn't he win first?
Right here? Because
I thought that was the best costume.
I don't know if you can see very well.
Totally rigged.
I was going to lead you along. All right, right here?
Poor guy.
Okay.
I think he killed it.
Yep, don't need to get off stage, but right here is fine. Okay. And second place winner.
Hell yeah, think of the 3D printing time for that thing
For
alone.
second place went with Hydrosa with the advocacy.
How's that second place? Because that one looks pretty good.
Congratulations.
I can see that in second, yeah, but the Artemis should be first.
Oh, they're winning Tobii Eye Trackers, huh?
Cool.
All right, I'm going to have
That's
you
a good
stand.
costume, but I'm sorry, the other one looks better to me.
And can we get a drum roll in the audience, please? Make some noise.
All right.
Yeah,
First
right?
place is an OG. This is a Star Citizen, goes back to 2012. I've been to Disneyland with this guy. I've bled with this guy. I pushed him around.
So you voted with your heart, not your eyes. Okay, I see.
First place costume this year.
That's, dude.
With the Tobii Eye Tracker 5 and an Anvil Carrot.
Oh, that's not. I mean, that actually is a pretty good suit, though.
Yeah, it's a good suit.
Pictures.
He has a thing sticking in his helmet.
Yeah.
Receive your trophy.
And out the other end.
Yeah, agreed. It is a good one, but I think the guy who was the Artemis armor should have been first. This is a close second. And again, in my opinion.
I'm going to have you stand right here.
He shouldn't have
We know that these cosplayers put a lot of work
Yeah, that's unprofessional.
outfits. So
Even if you did vote with your heart, don't tell people you voted with your heart.
also going to give everybody here on stage with us today
I do want to say that's an awesome green dress the chick's
that I
wearing.
cannot
What's her name?
until
Galaxia?
the next panel. So if you want to know what that ship is, stay tuned for the next panel and you'll find out.
It's
but
the
thank you all for
Zeus.
being
We all
here
know what it is.
Everyone thinks they know what it is, yeah.
and for putting all this work into your outfit.
Talking ship is after lunch, though,
Do we
right?
have any final?
I thought. I mean, it says lunch break from.
Photo, and then go to lunch.
Yeah.
All right, let's get together here.
Dude, the Artemis one is
close
so
gap.
much
Close
handcrafting. The other one is more tactical gear.
Yeah.
It's like, holy.
Yeah, I mean, this guy bought a lot of shit at, like, Army surplus kind of shit, and.
I mean, his mask is really cool, but
Yeah.
the Artemis being decayed, the detail.
Now, say Star Citizen. You too, Tyler.
There's a lot of like haters in the.
All right, everybody that does it for us, we're gonna take a
Oh,
break.
there's been there all day.
We'll come back at 3 p.m.
The viewership's down to 28,000. This was at 38 something, 40,000 before.
I have to remind you to make sure you're using the hashtag CitizenCon2953 when you're uploading your photos to social media. We're actually going to reward some of our favorite posts with some VKB joysticks, so make sure you're putting those on Twitter or X, whatever we're calling it these days.
Now, that's a good deal.
Thank you.
I might whore myself out
God.
to CIG for a pair of VKBs.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, so what are they going to do? They're going to show like a starting soon screen for an hour or what?
We'll be right back in an
Agreed.
hour or so.
We'll be right back. 59 minutes later.
If there's like streaming like battles or in the test servers, it'd be neat if they could stream during this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something from Pyro or just something that's just sitting in the background.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hungry. I'm definitely going to get up and get some food.
I already ate.
What did you eat?
I had steak, potatoes and gravy, and some peas.
By the way, PTU.
I went all out.
Let me turn this down. This music's on. Go ahead.
PTU's been completely broken for me. I've had a hard time getting anything done today in the game.
Ooh, stir fry.
PTU even still up?
Yes. I couldn't. I would log in, but then it wouldn't do anything.
Normally they shut PTU down once they put that patch on live.
Oh well, maybe that's. Oh, they shouldn't.
No, PTU was up last night. I had the option to join it last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just surprised PTU's still up.
Me too.
They pushed it to live.
Me too, but the PTU was up last night where I could join it.
The ship HUDs didn't work.
Okay.
None of them. I tried 3 different ships and the HUDs wouldn't work. I could fly them, but the HUDs didn't work. I was like, that's weird.
All right, well, I've got options here. I can throw a lasagna in the microwave and eat that. Or I can throw something in the microwave and warm it up. I am not going to cook. Sure. We're going to cook tonight when she gets home, so.
Okay, let me turn you guys back up and turn the stream back down. So I can hear you better.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to shut this down till the lunch break is over. Would be on P2 as live is already ahead of P2 and PU has priority. Wait, wouldn't be on P2 as live, is it? Yep. If you guys want to tune in, be back in about an hour-ish, maybe a little bit earlier in case there's something that happens before we can catch, but I just don't see the point of streaming this for 1 hour. Seems kind of silly to me.
Yep.
And I would like to go get some food. Foods. Crumpet, I am so happy to see you, hun. Thanks for popping in and hanging out with us. I look forward to next time we can get together in the verse and do stuffs. All right, I gotta find the end button. Where the hell's the end button? I can't find the N key.